Mic test, mic test. Hello everyone and welcome back to another Buddy Bison stream. I hope we're all having a wonderful day today, and I hope we are all ready and waiting to get back into some more Trails to Azure, because that is what we are playing today. Yes, we are. This is a lot happier than what's going on in the story. But yes, so let us get right into it, because basically last time in Trails, what was going on was the Red Constellation seems to just be kind of raiding the city and just causing a grand old mess of the place. They took the CNS hostage, we freed them. Additionally, they attacked the theater and seemingly gravely injured oh god, what's her name? Not Rishia, but Rishia's friend. God damn it, I can't think of her name right now. The blonde lady. The blonde lady that calls Lloyd her little guy. And yeah, so they hurt them. And Risha is now seemingly in combat with Shirley. The Hayway building is completely destroyed. No doubt my uncle and his crew, the fire starters here. You can still smell the gunpowder burning in the air. I know the stench of the Red Constellation's mayhem anywhere. Yeah, they must have used the same explosives as they did at the old mine outside Mainz. There's no sign of Sour's men. I guess they managed to pull off a skillful escape. Though judging by the damage around the building, it's probably safe to assume they didn't pull out unscathed. I hope Risha is alright too. Tonight was supposed to be the opening of the revival performance. I'm worried too, but we don't have time to head over to the entertainment district. Come on, we have to get to the IBC. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. That's not a good sound. Screams. Oop. Okay. The IBC employees are seemingly running away. Oh, there's the doctor and Yona. What's going on? Are you okay? What's going on at the building? We're fine. These guys with guns came out of nowhere and told us to get out. They destroyed the special alloy gate in the front like it was nothing. We were told the Red Constellation was a top-level security threat, but this, I wasn't prepared for. Guys, you're here! Yona, Chief Roberts, you're alright. Just barely. Those men had us at gunpoint before we even knew they were there. What the hell? Intel said they were dangerous, not completely freaking cuckoo. And a scary dude with the red hair. Is that their boss or something? Red hair. The Scarlet Ogre. I don't care what he's called. The guy's a freak of nature. What about Belle? Is she still in the building? Miss Croix is currently away at Michelin, as luck would have it. She should be able to keep herself out of harm's way. Oh, thank the goddess. Seems they had the decency to spare the civilians, at least. That doesn't make any of this okay. What are they trying to achieve? I'm not sure, but it can't be good. We need to get up there. Now. Right. The way to East Street is clear. Take shelter at the guild. They'll be able to help you. Right. Everyone follow us. We'll take you to safety. Okay. So I'd come across some info about those guys in the orbital net. But nobody ever mentioned that they were completely freaking cuckoo. If you're seriously going up there to fight them, you better watch out your step. We will, Yona. You be careful too. Make sure to take shelter. Ask your healing. I don't need it. I managed to grab some of the Epstein Foundation's experimental portable recovery equipment on my way out. If any of you need treatment, just let me know. So that's just in case you don't have any of the healing stuff equipped for the vehicle. Now, monsters are even inside the city. But, oh wait, let's say like that's not me from doing my job. You just leave everybody here to me. I'll make sure they evacuate safely. Thanks, Paul. Please take these, everyone. Tier bombs, Celestial bomb, thank you. Keep them at the reception desk in case of emergencies, and, well, this most certainly qualifies as one. Thanks. These are sure to come in handy. We appreciate you looking out for us, Lan Fei. You keep your safe self as well. Okay. Time to go beat the shit out of some Red Constellation people with my Dodge Lloyd. Okay. Oh, you're just there. Okay. You're at the front gate. I was expecting you at the top. Fierce beasts. You made it. Not a moment too soon. Why do you even have to rip open the gate? You could have just jumped over it. Uncle, you bastard. Sigmund Orlando. What is it you're trying to accomplish? Destroying Crossbell City? Involving innocent civilians? Where's all of it end? Was this on orders of the Imperial government too? Hey, Keith. It's going well, thank you for asking. How's it going with you, my friend? Sorry, little lady. Didn't I tell you before? It's core policy not to comment about our clients. Going well, nice. But enough of that. Heard you dug Berserker up, Randolph. How's the old blade rifle treating you? Is that Shirley's dad? Yes, this is Shirley's dad and Randy's uncle. Sigmund Orlando. Finally had the damn thing fixed up before your lunatic of a daughter went and broke it again. Not that matters. Berserker or not, I'm stopping you right here, right now. And I ain't saying that as the Red Reaper or the son of the War God. Your ass is going down at the hands of the Special Support Section's Randy Orlando. Motherfucker. Randy. Welcome back, Randy. So you've chosen to stand and fight. Fine then. Show me that you have what it takes to back those words up. I am the Scarlet Ogre! Think you can drive off Sigmund Orlando? Come try it. He's practically pulsing with power. He truly is more ogre than human. Let's see what you can do. Hold a candle to me and I'll consider pulling back. Business is business. I've still got a job to do. So it's only fair that we put a time limit on this one. What? Talk. If we want to survive this, we're gonna have to give it all we've got. Okay, hope is that he will just attack Lloyd a lot and get countered a lot. There is just straight time limit. Okay. Okay, reconciliation interim leader and ogre wheels the battlefield. We try to battle like okay. Okay. Okay, you don't like those kinds of things. Calamity Edge. Damn it, it's just far enough away. That shit doesn't hit him. Okay. Great. Let's do that. Oh wait, I should have waited one turn. I'm an idiot. Okay. Okay, move down. Overcry. Hopefully that doesn't increase his... okay, that's just CP. Okay, what the fuck? See, the time limit kind of sucks because I want to see the things, but I also don't want to, like, lose. Are you fucking serious? Okay. Well, that's not gonna be great. Fuck. God fucking damn it. Okay. Like, if only he could actually. Like, I need. His range is just small enough. Like, that's the worst part. Like, Lloyd can't counter him. His range isn't big enough. If I had any way of like actually countering him, like yeah. Okay. Oh, so I do actually have to beat him. Okay. Let's give everyone a perfect guard twice. Burning heart. Okay. Craft. No, combo craft. 1000 art. Calamity Edge. Rise and fall. Okay. God, your defense is so fucking high, man. Yeah, let's take. Let's take. Dude, you can't be missing, bro. I desperately need you to not miss. Like, desperately. Okay, can you not? Okay. There is a continue, but I mean, I would. Like, I don't know what continue even means here. I want damage down here. That way he won't be able to do it as much. Go. Okay. Yeah, because if he can't move, then chances are he will more likely target. He will more likely target the others.
エニグマクル
行くぜ。
それ
俺の番だな。任せてくれ。
私の番ね。
Okay.
エニグマ私の番です。ドライブ開始。
行くぜ。
よし
行くぜ。
行くぞ。
やあ私の番ね。
Okay.
サンキス。
俺の番だな。俺の番。
Okay. If I can just get him on the back wall,
ドライブ開始。
he should be able to
私の番ね。
start doing some fun stuff.
それ
チャンスだ。よし。
さて
Okay, I'm gonna put the 2 guards on now because he's pretty close to.
任せてくれ。行くぞ。
行くぜ。
That critical.
行くぞ。セット。
ほう、正直驚いたぞ。
俺の番だな。
Go overcry. Come on.
任せて。
One Matthew, please. No. Okay, clear. So hopefully,
赤きを
Crimson Fall. Yeah, cool. Guard.
はい
Art, Debilitate, Calamity Claw.
皆さん助かりました。ありがとう。
Okay. Yeah. Now he's up against the back wall, so now Lloyd can just counter the shit out of him. So that's good.
行くぞ。
俺の番だな。
If he didn't get bodied like that.
さてとエニグマ私の番です。ドライブ開始。
ありがとう。
Thank you.
よし。
Get
スト
up.
ップ。
Yeah.
それ
任せろ。
さて
Okay.
Enigma
Just start.
そこだ。
さて
Lloyd.
と
よし。
やあ
俺の番だ。行くぜ。
そこだ。
任せろ。
There we go. Fucking Christ. 50 seconds to spare.
ま、
Oh
これ
my
が
god,
実
that
践
was.
の差ってやつ。
But I did it. I had to reset a few times, but I did it. But how you doing, Sleeper? How you? Sorry, I was a bit focused on trying to beat an annoying time limit boss. Oh god. But at least it wasn't Okamura. Well, isn't this a shock?
やはり兄貴の血を引いてるだけはあるという。
Turns out you really are your daddy's flesh and blood, whether you like it or not.
親父は関係ねえ。
Cram it. My old man has nothing to do with this.
どうやら侮って手を抜いてたみてえだが、勝負は勝
You took us lightly and it came back to bite you in the ass. Doesn't matter though. Win's a win.
負。とっとと引いてもらおうか。
Time for you to make tracks, you bastard.
いいだろう。
So be it.
ただし、ビジネスの仕上げだけはさせてもらう。
Just as soon as I wrap up my last little order of business.
何？
What?
時間だ。
It's showtime. Is that why there was a five minute time limit? Because the bomb was set for 5 minutes? Oh. Damn. Gonna be real. Was not expecting this. Cause like I don't like why. Right, cause like yeah, there's Red Constellation airship. Right, because like they haven't really It hasn't been made clear as to why they want to blow up the IBC, or why anyone would want to.
なんてこと
What have you done?
おじけ
Uncle! Okay.
Bardo!
Wald?
あの子も
It's that girl too.
そんなものまで
Damn it. How'd they get their hands on an airship? Yeah. I feel you, Randy.
綺麗だね
What a beautiful sight.
金融都市クロスベルの象徴もああなっちゃ大きな松明だ
Even the stronghold of Crossbill's financial clout has gone up in flames.
しかし赤い星座か
These red constellation fellows.
うちの強化両兵程度じゃ太刀打ちできなさそうだね
I'll give them some credit. They're more impressive than our enhanced Jaegers. Interesting. So she has her own specific character portrait of looking away from the camera. Okay, Orange Red.
さすがにこういうのはあなたの流儀に反するのかな
I take it by that sourpuss look on your face that you object to this kind of stunt?
そうですね。
That is correct.
ですが本来戦とは非常なるもの。
Nevertheless, war, by nature, reserves no room for sentiment.
あの者たちはあの者たちの流儀で戦場に臨んでいるだけでしょう。
It is not in my place to judge the manner in which they choose to navigate the fields of battle.
なるほど
Fair enough.
ああ博士いきなりどうしたのさ
Professor, what do you need?
え一機目が完成しそうだって
The first unit is nearly complete.
はいはいわかったよ手伝いに戻ればいいん
Yes,
だ
yes, say
ね
no more. I'll come back and assist you.
というわけで僕もしばらく失礼させてもら
And
うよ
so, I must make my exit from the stage. For now.
約束の日までの見届けあなたにお任せしていいんだよね
Can I leave operations in your hands until the promised day?
ええ、構いません。
Yes, that will be fine.
この地を巡る運命、しかと見届けさせてもらいましょう。
I will observe what fate holds in store for this land with my own two eyes. What does fate have in store for the Bell Land? Ooh.
一体外はどうなっているんだ
Just Sergey being like, I'm watching that door with my 12 gauge. And when it walks through, they're getting a hole through their chest. What the heck is going on out there?
夫はあの人は無事なのかしら
Wonder if my husband is okay.
皆さん落ち着いて。
Settle down, everyone.
今入った連絡によると謎の武装集団が撤退を開始したそうです。
I just received word that the armed group has started to withdraw.
安全が確認され次第ちゃんと家に戻れますよ。
You can all return home once you've confirmed that the area is secure.
そうなの
We can? Really?
おうエイドスよご加護に感謝します
Adios, thank you for your protection.
課長もう大丈夫なの
Chief, is everything okay now?
ああ、ひとまずはな。
Yeah, for the time being at least.
ロイドたちのやつ無事でいるといいんだが。
I just hope the gang is alright.
大丈夫
I'm sure they are.
ロイドたちなら平気だよ
If anyone will make it through this, it's them.
ああ、そうだな。
Yeah, right.
なんだかんだ言って奴らも成長しているからな。
No matter what anyone says, they've come a long way.
ひょっとしたらかつてのセル
Maybe
ビア
even more than my old square.
はい。 こちら支援
This
か
is special support.
おうダドリーか
Are you
そ
Dudley?
っちの様子はどうだ
How's the sitch over there?
何両兵どもの飛行
What
艇
did you
だ
say? A Jaeger airship? Kia, where are you going? Oh, you're glowing blue. Why are you glowing blue, Kia?
やっぱり
I was right.
やっぱりどうやってもこれが一番マ
There's
シ
no
みた
other
い
way. This is for the best. What do you mean this is for the best, Kia? What are you thinking about doing? You better not.
もしもし
Hello? Yes?
うん
Uh-huh.
大丈夫
It's okay.
もう
I've
ちゃんと決心でき
made
た
up
か
my
ら
mind. What have you made up your mind about, Kia? I don't like this. I don't like these words that you're saying cryptically. Breaking news! Crossbell City overrun. As evening followed the setting sun, we at the CNS heard the alarming sound of gunfire. Jaegers were raiding Crossbell City. Fires raged and our office was held captive. Now that dawn has arrived, we will do our best to report on all that transpired in order to shed light on the wounds our great city has suffered. The large bell that stood in Central Square, the symbol of Crossbell itself, was stolen by the raiders. Oh shit, okay. Their motives for doing so are currently unknown. Tragedy strikes Arkansas. Raiders stormed the theater during the troop's first showing of its revival show, firing machine guns with reckless abandon and injuring many. Amidst the turmoil, the stage's grand chandelier was cut down, pinning Ilya beneath it. The actress was rushed to St. Ursula Medical College in critical condition for emergency surgery, but until new information becomes available, her current status remains unknown. The Arkansas Theater is now off limits to the public. Rampage of the Downtown Demon. A giant monster appeared downtown and destroyed several buildings, leaving locals with minor to severe injuries. The demon, believed to be associated with the raiders, roared with such force that could be heard from Central Square to Station Street. Explosion at CPD headquarters. The militia also attacked the CPD's headquarters, destroying the security shutters and setting off an explosion in the lobby. Experts believe this was a preemptive strike intended to slow the police's response to the raid. Ultimately, the entire city was overtaken by the raiders, who engaged in firefights, committed arson, and demolished a trading company's office in the Harbor District. What is this Matthew thing? So Matthew is the main character of the Xenoblade 3 DLC thing, and Sleeper keeps is memeing on it. That's like, this isn't Xenoblade, because I will get around to the Xenoblade 3 DLC at some point, but it will be after I have played through Xenoblade 1, 2, and Torna. That way I can get the full experience and appreciation of DLC for 3, which is kind of the culmination of the entire 3-game story arc kind of thing, which is why I'm holding off. And then 3 New Game Plus. Yeah. no, not doing 3 again. I have a good enough memory of 3 that I think I'll be fine. The IBC headquarters, one of the most cutting-edge structures in the city, has been gutted by a series of explosions. Because of the building's importance to both Crossbell citizens and the international economy at large, its destruction has instilled much agitation. Attackers repelled from Orcus Tower. It is highly likely that the raiders' primary target was the heart of Crossbell's government, Orcus Tower, as the greater part of their forces assembled there in an attempt to seize it. The battle that ensued was purportedly more intense than anywhere else in the city. Luckily, A-rank bracer Arios McLean was present and cooperated with police to drive back the invaders over 5 hours of non-stop combat. Fucking Christ, Arios, you're a beast. The Tower Plaza remains inaccessible, but officials state all administrative functions will be restored within a few days. A message to all Crossbellans and our neighbors. As dawn broke over the horizon, the raiders vanished to goddess knows where. Though the perpetrators are gone, the wounds they inflicted remain. Crossbell has suffered because of a militant force who performed acts of wanton violence with no clear motive or objective. We here at the Crossbell News Service cannot help but feel intense anger at this irrational chain of events. We would like to take a moment to honor the brave CGF and CPD members who gave their lives in defense of our state. Our deepest sympathies go out to the injured and those who otherwise experienced loss. Additionally, we would like to thank everyone involved in bringing this conflict to a close. Even when fending off the raiders was beyond their abilities, there were those who, without hesitation, helped to evacuate their fellow citizens even as their homes burned around them. These brave heroes deserve the highest praise we can bestow upon them. Though Crossbell has emerged battered and bruised, we believe we will recover. To all Crossbellans and our closest neighbors, we beg you, please pray that peace returns to our land. Senior writing staff. 1 week after the Red Constellation's raid on Crossbell City, the destruction of the IBC building prompted rising tensions in surrounding nations. In response, Maribel, in her role as acting CEO, quickly restored all customer data, which had been backed up on terminals at Orcus Tower. Her swift management of the crisis successfully assuaged the core concerns of foreign leaders, and international unrest gradually began to subside. However, the scars left by the Jaegers still remained in the shaken hearts of Crossbell's people. News that Ilya Platier had been gravely injured in the attack came as a great shock both in and out of state. Moreover, the destruction of CPD headquarters and the unknown whereabouts of the Red Constellation left the city gripped by an indescribable anxiety. Slowly, rumors that Erebonia had been the one that ordered the Red Constellation's attack on Crossbell began to spread among the citizenry. The referendum on state independence, which had been postponed due to the raid, was now 3 days from being held. Hope of after the sacrifice. Hope of after. You know, the normal sequence of words that you would use. Damn. Shit popped off real quick. Like, screw the idea of, like, rising action, falling action. This was just like, hey, you're at climactic action, and now you're not. Oh, God. I have a feeling everyone is going to be very sad and depressed this chapter when talked to. There's a reason that Toasty has long been a fan. Yeah, no, this is a very good reason as to why it is. It goes hard. How are you doing today, Barrylock? Thanks for dropping by. I presume you are also a Trails fan. Just so you know, I've played all the Sky games, I've played all the Cold Steel games, and I've played Zero. So this is the last game that I'm catching up on prior to Reverie. So just so you know where I am, but with respect to this game, I haven't played it, so please don't put anything that is spoiler-worthy of Azure in this game, I guess. I see. So you're returning to the CGF. No! Oh, so she wasn't even going to be a part of the SSS, like, forever. It was just 6 months. Okay. But how are you doing today, Barrylock? Hope you're doing well. You've played as many as I have. I still haven't played Cold Steel. Ah, okay. So I'll have to be careful not to say anything. Just start it. It's a very good game. Vantage Masters, great. That's the peak gameplay. Vantage Masters, you know what? Cold Steel, the plot, it's whatever. It doesn't really matter. Vantage Masters, though. You know, let out your inner Yugi Moto. Yes. I wanted my transfer here to last the full 6 months. Well, and the thing is, I'm not even joking. Like, out of all, like, the side content, I do like Vantage Masters the best. Right? Because, like, Blade, it was a fine card game, whatever, but it was a bit too, like, eh. And, like, Pom Pom Party, it's fun, but I've never been too much for, like, Puyo Puyo. Or, like, Tetris, I've never been one for those kinds of games. But, like, Vantage Masters, I can do that. It's like a basic enough like deck builder. Like I'm good with that. I played Magic the Gathering back in the day, so I'm fine with like deck builders, especially when they're like relatively simplified, so they can fit into an other game. But any personal favorite games in the series, Barrylock, and any personal favorite characters? Whether main or side character. But after mulling it over, I came to the decision that I have to go back. I see. Well, it's a good thing that I didn't build you up or anything. I understand. The CGF sustained the heaviest losses from the incident.
優秀な若手隊員は 喉から手が出るほど欲しいだろ
Probably dying to have someone young and skilled like yourself anyway.
優秀かどうかは疑問ですけど。
Well, I don't know if I'd call myself skilled, per se.
すみません。せっかく復興作業が一段落して通常業務に戻れた矢
I'm
先。
sorry about all of this. I know things will be busier here now that the restoration efforts are winding down.
いや気にしないでくれ
It's okay. You don't need to beat yourself up over it.
今のクロスペルの状況で警備隊の役割は大きいしな
CGF has a major role to play here, especially in the light of crossbow situation. Oh yeah, Barry. You know what? Boom. There we go. That Laura dab is for you. Thanks for dropping by. CGF has a major role to play here, especially in light of crossbow situation.
寂しくなりますけど、納得するしかありませんね。
We'll certainly miss you, but we can only respect your decision.
ノエル、いなくなっちゃうの？
Probably third and Azure are my faves. Okay, okay. So I'm holding off on like ranking Azure until I beat the game, of course. But third is a pretty damn good game. Like it is a game that goes really effing hard, and I think it is benefited by the fact that it's like very straightforward, right? It's like, hey, you're here, you're in the dungeon, you don't got like towns and NPCs to go talk to, you don't got like side quests to do other than the doors. Like it is just go hard. Like it's really good. And also the doors, like what is it, Star Door 15 or 17, Ren's Star Door? You're like, oh, okay. First chapter is my favorite main villain though. Yeah, no, Richard's a pretty good main villain. I think Richard's a pretty good main villain. Yeah, if I were it's nice having a more focused game within this. Like, yes, yeah, third. Yeah, I agree. I very much like that. It's like it's the same reason as to like, well, it's almost a different version of the same as to why I like CS 2 and 4 more than 1 and 3, and it's because you have like well, at least in 2, right, you have the airship, right, that lets you go back to all the places that you visited already, so it doesn't feel as instanced plot. You're able to kind of like have a sequential plot that goes around everywhere that you've been, and you're not withheld to one singular thing. Whereas like third is so hyper streamlined that is also a good refreshing feeling in a similar way in how it's different from first and second chapter. I don't think so. So if I were to do entire games, right, like of like favorites so far, because there are different parts that have like different like I like them more, right? Like I think second chapter is really high up there, but over all of it so far, Zero's probably really high as like single game, all encompassing, right? Where it's like, I like the plot that goes on. I like it, like it ends in a very like definitive way. Like combat's fun, the plot's interesting, like everything about it's really good. But then there are certain parts where or not certain parts of that game, but then there are certain aspects of different games where I'm like, okay, this is my favorite of like that thing, or favorite of this thing, right? Like you can't tell me that like the ending of like first chapter or CS1, right? Like those cliffhangers aren't some of like the most, oh my god, I need to play the next game kind of cliffhangers. Like they are some of the best cliffhangers, I think, in the entire series. But then like the ending sequence of second chapter is just phenomenal. Like it's fantastic. And I can't like, and like there's a part of me that's like, I want to say second chapter is like my favorite purely because of that. But then there's the sequence where you have to go drop off the black orbits to restart everything. That's kind of a slog. And you're like, yeah. The rest of the game's really good. And you also get night vision goggles, which is pretty cool. But yeah, like, God, Trails is good. And God, I'm excited for Reverie. Like, well, are you going away?
うん
I guess I am.
キーヤちゃんに会えなくなるのはすごく寂しい
I'm
けど
sad that I won't be able to see you anymore, Kia. Yeah, some games have better moments versus a more cohesive overall good game. Yeah. Yeah, and I think... And I feel like that's one of, like, the main things where, like... That is possibly how I would kind of describe Cold Steel as, like, an arc, for me personally. And I'm going to exclude CS4 from this, because I don't want to talk about it, because you haven't played through it. But, like, as I said, Cold Steel 1's ending is phenomenal. And, like, I don't mind a lot of, like, what you do in Cold Steel 1, but the fact that it's like, okay, you gotta go visit this town, and then go back, and then visit the town, you don't revisit until you go to Cold Steel 2, you're like, okay, I can definitely see how the Cold Steel 1 and 2 were supposed to be one game, but they split them up to make it a bit more, which is why there's a tutorial right at the end of CS1. But, like, I feel like a lot of, like, the story and plot stuff really culminates in the final bit of the game, but is generally kind of, like, a little bit weak throughout, but the game is tasked with introducing to you to a pretty large cast of characters and an entire new country, so, like, it did the things that it had to do to, like, build up the arc that it had to stand on, the setting, but I think it, like, almost suffered a little bit from it. And, like, Cold Steel 2, like, is, like, I speedrun that game sometimes on New Game Plus, and, like, I really enjoy the combat of the game. Like, I like how broken you're able to make the characters. I like Overdrive. I like the dungeons and the things that you fight. But, like, the plot is probably kind of weak, or not necessarily the plot, but the through line of that third path, which just so happens to coincide with one of the paths near parallel. It's like, like, I think there's some weaknesses, but then you get to, like, the Vermilion Tower and all that stuff that happens. You're like, oh shit, this is pretty hype. where nobody we care about died. yeah, exactly. But then it's like, like, I like the Reverie Corridor in terms of plot, but having it be the last dungeon, I've stated on, like, stream before, but of course you weren't here, where it's like, I would like if Reverie Corridor, which is how I think it's going to be implemented in Trails into Reverie, like, I would have liked if Reverie Corridor was just present throughout the entirety of the game for you to go to, and, like, almost like Mementos in P5, like, you unlock the next stratum of it every chapter, and you can go through and use any of the characters that you've used by that point in the game. That way you could have more opportunity to use the tertiary additional characters, i.e. Toa, best girl. Excuse me while I just drop my Toa emotes. And be able to play with them. And then at the end of the game, you go up and do the final boss there. I think that would have been a better way to use Reverie Corridor instead of having it be like this random end of game dungeon that's like, why? And it's just like, oh, because we need the characters to grieve and cry. But also most of the important stuff is happening in the area where nobody died. Okay. Reverie Corridor wasn't awkward. Yeah, it's just weird. Like, I don't mind it, right? As a thing in the game, I don't mind Reverie Corridor. I just don't think it was a good thing to end with. Like, the boss of Reverie Corridor, like the Dark Shadow, or like whatever it was called, and like it kind of being a rehash of the not final boss of the first game, like, kind of downed me on it, and I was like, okay, fine, whatever. If I remember right. I can't remember. Are they about the same? I think they are. But, like, yeah, it's a good idea. Just its placement and execution within the game itself, I think, was a bit flawed. And I think they realized that and realized the potential of it and kind of turned Reverie Corridor in Trails into Reverie into what I described, and also kind of into like a Trails, the like Sky the Third situation where there are also doors in it for like side stories. I think I haven't watched any of the trailers and stuff for Reverie, so I'm only going based off of what I like seen vaguely online. But I hope that's the case, because like that would be really cool. I would really like that. I'm sad that I won't be able to see you anymore, Kia. But I should probably keep playing. Also, just so you know, Barrylock, I do unfortunately have a tendency when I really get into a conversation, I will just only talk at chat, and I will get distracted and stop advancing the game, because obviously if I'm talking to chat, I can't be doing the voices for the characters. Yeah. But any other JRPGs that you like? Because I've played a whole bunch of them. Scroll down below the chat and or below the stream, and you'll be able to see a whole list of them. Oh.
でもまたいつでも遊びに来ちゃうから。
It's alright. I can still come visit.
それこそ普段と一緒に。
And I'll bring Fran with me too.
ノエル。
Noel.
ノエルさん。
Noel.
妹さんしばらく退院できなさそうだって。
Good. Okay, Fran is alive. She's just in the hospital. Good. Heard your sister's going to be hospitalized for a while longer.
手術は成功したし、意識も取り戻したから、
Yes.
もう心配はないんだ
Her
けど。
operation was successful and she regained consciousness. There's nothing to be worried about.
やっぱり体力が全然戻っていないみたいで。
But she still has yet to really recover, as far as her physical condition goes.
そう。
I'm sorry to hear that.
あ、先輩、そんな顔しないでくださいよ。
Come on, Randy. Turn that frown upside down.
あの子だって警察官ですから、相応の危険は覚悟してましたし。
Don't forget, she's still part of the force. She was always ready to face danger.
自分にも責任があるとか思ったらダメで
If
す
you're
よ。
blaming yourself, please don't. It's not your fault.
わかった。
Yeah. I hear ya.
しかしそうなると今日がノエルの仕事納めだ。
Good amount of them, not as many as recent ones, but P5 is great. I used to think Yakuza Like a Dragon as well. Nice! Yeah, currently on Saturdays I've been playing through P5R Royal since it came out on PC, and I was like, okay, this is a good opportunity to actually fully play the game, because I played like halfway through, I think, the first dungeon. So I played P5 part like casually several times. When I tried streaming it right when I started streaming, I didn't think that was like a really good stream game initially, because I didn't have a chat. I didn't have like any followers or any people to like talk to as I was playing the game. So I stopped about like halfway through, or like at the end of the first palace. But I was like, okay, I still play the game, so I'll put on there. But now I'm going through Royal because it came out on PC, and I'm like, okay, this is like the final chance I'm ever gonna like have to really play the game, I think, at a good time. And this past stream on Saturday, I just got to like the Royal content at the end, the third semester. So if you're interested to see me basically finish the game, I guess drop by on Saturday. Because that's what I'm gonna do. Anyway, this is the last time Noah's gonna be working with us.
はい。今日一日精一杯頑張らせてもらいます。
Right. And I'll give it everything I have, just like any other day.
よろしくお願いします。皆さん。
Thanks for letting me be a part of the team. Thanks for letting me be a part of the team for a bit, everyone.
ああ、こちらこそ。
The pleasure was ours.
ノエルさん、よろしくお願いするわね。
And that's right. It's been wonderful having you here with us.
各種手続きは俺の方でやっておこう。
I'll get all the documentation ready for you in advance.
それと晩飯は久々にどこか外にでも繰り出すか。
It's been a while since we've all gone out for. Fuck. Come on. It's also been a while since we've all gone out together for dinner. Let's fix that.
特別に俺のおごりにしてやる。
I'll foot the bill, seeing as how it's a special occasion and all.
セルゲイ課長。
Chief Sergey,
いいですね。
it's awfully nice of you.
なかなかの太っ腹です。
We appreciate the generosity.
それなら僕の馴染みのホストクラブでも行くかい？
It's settled then. Let's say I get us a table at my favorite club.
綺麗どころを集めて豪勢な送別会を準備するけど。
I'll have them call up their finest men on staff and give you a farewell party to remember. What?
おありかもしれないな。
Oh, now you're speaking my language.
俺としては綺麗な姉ちゃんのいる店の方が嬉しいが。
I'd rather go somewhere with more babes and less boy toys myself, though.
そういう問題じゃないでしょ。
I don't like either of those ideas.
ならばミッシーショーがあるミシュラムワンダーランド内のレストランとか。
Might I suggest the restaurant at Michelin Wonderland? The one with the Mishi show? Sparkles.
そんなお店があるの？
I didn't know they had that.
それ以前にお前ら俺の財布の中身を考えろっての。
Please think about my poor wallet before you get ahead of yourself.
とりあえず今日は夜までに仕事を終わらせないとな。
Well, whatever we decide on, we need to take care of our work by nightfall. Woof. Okay. Final day with Noel, I guess. Damn. Well, let's check our requests. Rebuilding oh god, we got a whole rebuilding downtown Crossbell. Our efforts to rebuild downtown district are running into difficulties. We ask that you come by and assist. Come to Guillaume Factory for details. Charity case. Now, Business Association is holding a charity drive to raise people's spirits in the wake of the recent attacks in the city. However, our main event is in jeopardy of being cancelled. We'd like to ask your assistance in making this event happen. The charity drive will be held in the Civic Center. We'll be waiting for you there. Oh, Father, where art thou? I am searching for my father, whom I was separated from at a very young age. Armand and Ellie. Please speak with us at the restaurant on East Street for the full story. Ancient battlefield anomalies. There have been several reports of strange black monsters near the ancient battlefield in the eastern part of the state. I'm requesting that you investigate and eliminate these potential threats. Come to the command room and Tangram Gate for further details. Knox Forest Road, monster extermination. A dangerous monster, Hecatonchier, has been sighted on Knox Forest Road. We ask that the special support section deal with this threat swiftly.
さすがに数が多いわね。
It's no surprise that we have so many requests after all that's happened.
ですが緊急性の高いものは来ていなさそうで
That
すね。
being said, none of them appear to be urgent.
そうだね。アッパスのも余裕があればって感じだし。
Not even the one Abbott sent in isn't required.
ま、各地を回りつつぼちぼち進めてみようぜ。
No skin off my back. Let's just work their own bit by bit while we do our rounds.
はい。
Roger.
なあみんな、
One more thing, everyone.
仕事の合間でいいからウルスラ病院に行かないか？
Why don't we take some time in between jobs to stop by St. Ursula?
え？
Huh?
そうね。いいと思う
Oh,
わ。
that would be nice.
ここ1週間ほど忙しすぎて様子を見に行け
We've
なか
been
ったし。
so overworked this past week that we haven't been able to visit at all.
賛成だぜ。
True that.
フランちゃんが目を覚ましたんならぜひともお見舞いしね
We
えと
can't just not check in on Fran now that she's regained consciousness.
でも
But,
確かに端末であの賑やかな声が聞けないの
yeah,
は
I agree. Not hearing her
Don't
cheery
even
voice through the
see
terminal is downright depressing.
はい。せめて声だけでも聞きたいです。
Indeed. Even just speaking with her would be comforting.
ノエル、遠慮しないでくれ。
Don't worry, Noel. Doesn't gonna put us out of our way or anything.
俺たちにとってもフランは大切なサポート役なんだからさ。
Fran's been supporting us all this time. Of course we want to see her.
皆さん。
Thank you so much,
あ
everyone.
り、それじゃあ、
Oh.
一区切りついたらウルスラ病院に行きましょう。
Okay, let's go to St. Ursula later when we have some downtime. Okay, you know what I just realized? I think I forgot to put... Yeah, sorry, my bad. I forgot to put chapter 4 in the stream title. There we go. See, I like to put the chapter in the stream title, that way anyone that is dropping by for the first time, like you, Barrylock, is not dropping in at like some random point unknowingly. Like, it'll be like, oh, okay, at least I can kind of guess about where, like, this person is. I'll put up the paperwork for your reinstatement in the CGF, Noel. Till then, I'm sure you're gonna be flooded with support requests thanks to the raid. Deal with them if you get the chance. Roger that. I'll treat my last day with the SSS like any other. And thank you for everything you've done for me, Chief Sergei. Don't mention it. Just focus on finishing up the last of your work. We want you walking out the door with any regrets. Okay. So I need to come up here. Give food to Cop. I'll give you a glutinous bass. Yes, I think I have several of those. Thank you. Give this to me. Cool. So I think I've gotten caught just about every time. So hopefully, I think in the finale,
そういえば
he should, like, similar to the first game, I would imagine he gives me another quartz. Not sure, though. Come to think of it,
ノエルさんの運転も今日が最後なんですよね。
this is the last day we'll have Noel around to operate our car for us, isn't it?
そうか。
Oh,
そうだったな。
yeah, I guess so.
私もすごく残念です。
Well, I'm probably more choked up about that than the rest of you, if that's any consolation.
この子、個人的にもかなり気に入ってましたし。
Truth be told, I've grown pretty attached to this old girl.
でも、ロイドさんたちももうかなり運転できますよね。
But at least you guys will be able to drive it on your own now, right?
なあ、休みの日なんか、ノエルに鍛えてもらったしな。
Yeah. Thanks again for teaching us on our days off, Noel.
わかりやすくてとっても助かっちゃったわ。
Yes, it was a great help. Your lessons made it all seem so easy.
でも結構スパルタだったよね。
Speak for yourself.
総長っていうより鬼軍曹って感じだったかな。
The way she kept barking out orders, I was scared she'd up and shoot me if I scratched her precious baby.
それは君が減らず口ばかり叩くからでしょ。
Hey, it's not my fault you couldn't stop making wisecracks long enough to keep your eyes on the road.
やればちゃんとできるのに、交通ルールも覚えてこないし。
You could easily pick up driving if you put half as much effort into learning the rules as you do at being a smart aleck.
ま、厳しく教えられるのも軍人には必要な資質だからな。
What'd you expect? You can't be a real hard ass to stay in the CGF. Otherwise, I'd still be in there.
とりあえず今日いっぱいはプロの運転を堪能させてもらうぜ。
Anyway, I say we savor our final day being chauffeured around by a pro.
なあ、ノエル、よろしく頼むよ。
Likewise. Hope you don't mind us catching a few more rides for the road, Noel.
はい、お任せください。
Be my pleasure.
あ、乗りますか？
Gonna rest, that way I get my CP back. Okay, good. Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I need to go to a few places. I need to go to Orcus Tower, and I need to go up to the roof. Ew. Nope. Wow. Going up to the roof, gonna look at the roof and get a book from a guy. Power to all these generous people just giving away books. I knew you coming up here again would be a good idea. I was planning on taking this time to get through this book I brought, but the view was just too captivating. You can try giving it a read yourself, though, if you like. Sunshine Anya's Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Chapter 10. Books. Chapter 10. Path of the High Priestess. The grandfather clock in the parlor struck twice, and Anya's quietly left her room. By the light of the moon, she passed through the cafe and unlocked the front door, slipping out into the chilly night. The day before, she had wound up drawing one final card to determine when she should make her move. It was the High Priestess, the second arcana, which to her meant 2 a.m. It is still okay, Anya's assured herself. I just know it. Surely, leaving at 2 in the morning would get her there in time to save him. She looked down and noticed that her hands were shaking. I can't get ahead of myself, though. I could die if I'm not careful. I just need to follow the cards and wait until 2 a.m. before doing anything. Meow, Kagamaru roosted upon Anya's head. He was heavier than he looked. Anyas wondered if his laziness was making him fat. Still, it brought a certain sense of comfort having his weight over her head. She took a deep breath to center herself beneath the glow of the full moon above. Let's get going. Now in bear condition, Anyas closed her eyes and felt out the septium veins beneath the earth, searching for where they grew stagnant. She then walked down the dimly lit streets, guided by her instincts toward the darkness beyond. Anchorville nights were cold, even at the height of summer. Anyas wore a light sweater, her cream-colored hair complemented by the pale moonlight. The Esmolus necklace she wore jostled in time with her every step. Esmolus? The tiny stone was all Anyas had left of her mother. The memories were so distant that she couldn't even remember her face. When Anyas was just a child, her mother left without a trace after using her powers in public. Such were the laws of her clan, and although Anyas couldn't recall how she learned that, she knew exactly why it was so. We carry dangerous potential within us, she recounted. You must keep it hidden and live amongst the others. Before long, the road led out of the city and ended at the base of a large hill. A cemetery, Anyas whispered. At the top of the hill were rows of black tombstones. Among them, she spotted something moving about. Edwin, he's here, Anyas exclaimed. There was no mistaking it. She recognized him by the coat he was wearing. It was still charred from the traffic accident several weeks back. I've told him so many times to get rid of it, but he's still wearing that ratty thing, she thought. Anyas removed Kagamaru from her head and held him in her arms, crouching behind a gravestone. She berated herself for wearing such a conspicuous outfit. So regardless of her lack of foresight, however, she knew Edwin was in mortal danger. After steadying her breath and carefully gauging the distance between the two of them, Agnes crept quietly into the shadows. Ooh, the shadows. The shadows. Okay. So that's good. So now, I did just look at my Sepith count, and I'm doing pretty good. I'll probably unlock a couple slots for Lloyd and Randy, because they're the main ones that I'm using. And I already got all of them. So yeah, let's go with a couple of the cheap ones, just so I can have it be cheap. Oh shit, because the IBC now doesn't exist, does that mean I don't get to get the special, oh, it's even destroyed on the map. Does that mean I don't get the special exchange rate anymore? Working hard, everyone? Oh, Sergeant Major Seeker, hello, ma'am. The Sergeant Major is here, then that must make all of you the SSS. Was there something you needed from the Guardian Force? No, it's nothing like that. We just wanted to see how things are with the IBC building after the explosion. How bad is it? Probably about as much as you're thinking. All that's left is a burnt-out husk. I get the feeling it's going to be nearly impossible to rebuild it. We're still assessing the full extent of the damage, however. Ellie, what are all of you doing here? Y'all, what's up, Maribel? Belle! You're here too, Maribel. Yes, I came to inspect the IBC myself. Would you all care for a little chat? Sure. How's it going, Maribel? Hope you're doing well. It's been a while, Maribel. We haven't really had a chance to meet after our stay at the resort. Yes, it's been far too long since we last spoke face to face. I understand that you were present when the building was destroyed. What matters most, though, is that you're safe. Same to you, Belle. We heard that you were in Michelin at the time of the incident. Thank goodness you're alright. Oh, Ellie, you were that worried about me? That must be true love speaking. Belle, you're my best friend. Of course I was worried about you. You know, you're surprisingly chill for someone whose family business just went up in flames. He's right. I'm impressed by how well you're keeping it together. Then I must be doing a fine job of maintaining the facade. Don't think for a second that I'm indifferent to the gravity of the situation. So it really is that bad then. The guardsman just told us all that's left is a burnt-out husk. Bad doesn't even begin to describe it. Of all the catastrophes in the world, the IBC building was blown sky high. I personally escorted Miss Croyce to the site earlier, and it's just as grim as she says. We are hoping to recover the Sepith ingots stored in the basement, as well as the contents of our vaults. Frankly, I've given up on that at this point. Reconstructing a completely destroyed building is more than we bargained for. It'll take time just to clear the rubble. But interesting, Sepith ingots. Didn't think of it. Guess it makes sense. But, like, I always thought Sepith was, like, a mineral. So, like... well, maybe out of the ground Sepith is a mineral? Or no, it's like Sepith mass is the thing. And the refined Sepith. Okay, so maybe that's how you can make an ingot? Thankfully, we were able to transfer the bank's day-to-day operations to Orcus Tower for the time being. I heard about that. It was impressive how quickly we were able to restore the IBC's backup data. Evidently, other countries felt the same. Well, building in precautions is simply a natural step in systems administration. We're able to serve our customers at Orcus Tower now, too, so it's not all bad news. But that doesn't mean I don't still want to burn the Red Constellation down in return. I'm spread thin even on the best of days, and now those barbarians have increased my workload tenfold. If I ever see them again, I won't hesitate to tear each of them limb from limb myself. I've never seen her so furious. That reminds me, Belle. What happened to your precious Rosenberg dolls? I don't suppose they were caught in the blast, too. Oh, them? The maid who cleans my room stored them in their trunks and carried them to safety, as per the emergency protocol I arranged. So fortunately, my little darlings are all safe and sound. Good planning truly does pay off. It's one of the few silver linings in this mess. Well, at least she can rest easy knowing her dolls are safe. Only she cared about my well-being as much as she does theirs. Excuse me, Miss Croyce, but it's almost time. It's been lovely chatting with you all, but all good things must come to an end. We'll have to catch up again some other time, if you would excuse me. No problem. We didn't mean to keep you from your busy schedule. Until next time, Belle. Have a good day. See you. Okay, so I wonder if that means I can still. How the frick do I get to this chest? Is there like a secret way? But that means I should be able to get the better exchange rate, or at the better exchange rate at Orcus Tower if they're doing all the stuff. Yeah, there we go. Okay, exchange. Good. Okay, so let's just get it down, because I need money. That's really what it comes down to. I need money. So 4, 5. There we go. Good. Give me some money, please. Yeah. So here we go. 600 telling a charity event today proceeds to go toward reconstruction efforts for the city. You're doing a lot of good work to bring smiles back to people's faces. You should consider attending if you have the time. Saw a conflict in the plaza breaking out as I was heading to the basement to take shelter during the raid. Watching those Jaegers close on us was one of the most terrifying things I've ever experienced. I'm so thankful they didn't breach the building. And honestly, didn't think I was going to live through the night. Oh, damn. I was surprised to hear the IBC had been backing up Customer Day at Orcus Tower for a while now. They're really something, huh? You won't find a better crisis management anywhere. It's the kind of reputation that comes with supporting the continent's economy for as long as they have. Okay, so now that I have at least some money, I can go back to Central Square and I can potentially buy better weapons. Not buy... Right, because his... I don't want to take off Clutch Hammer just yet. You don't need better strength. Randy, I want to boost, because that's damn near 100 increase. Yeah, also sell Silver Rain. Tio is now more of a caster, so I'll hold off on buying her better stuff. Now let's go. Sell those for however little they're worth. Okay, good. And actually, I'm kind of curious. Yame's workshop is where I have to go for a quest anyway, so that's a good place to visit. Recipes. Do I have anything that I can use to make food? None of the ones that I need. Yeah, it's gonna be a pain in the ass finishing all of these, because like they definitely, I feel like they raised the stakes in this game in terms of like, okay, the number of ingredients you need and how easy it is to get said ingredients, and then toned it back down for Cold Steel. Because like the just sheer quantity of stuff you need to use to make even a single attempted dish, it's like you're just asking me to save scum for like the good and bad stuff. And same maybe you're holding a cooking competition between Celtia and Nono. They insisted that the show must go on, so we went ahead with it after we closed last night. The results were unbelievable. Both of them produced dishes so incredible that they brought me to literal tears. My goodness me, seeing my apprentices grow with my own 2 eyes has been a tremendous joy. Damn, that's impressive. Brought me to literal tears with how good the food is. I would love to eat something like that. Welcome to Morges. We have a new kind of bread for sale. Here, try a sample. Thick cutlet sandwich. Thanks, Bennett. We'll have some later. You're looking for Oscar. He's helping with a charity event. Which I will love to go. Oscar's sunny smile would be more than enough to cheer everyone up. Forget I said that. Yeah, I'm reconstructing sale today, so some of the bread is half off. It's not often that they put things at discounts, so I plan to splurge and buy myself a few baker's dozens. A sale to make the reconstruction period a little easier for folks. Unfortunately for Oscar's fangirls, he's not in today. So Watson's been just me and Bennett running the show. Here's how we can keep the place standing. Okay. Yeah, so let's go to downtown district. Alright, time to get her done. Just gotta take some measurements. Hey, he's working to help everyone. He's so cool. Oh god. Look at this apartment building. It's completely demolished. That was just abandoned. Just imagining someone being in there during the attack sends chills down my spines. Nope, not a thing. How about in this pile? Dang, none here either. Oh, God. This is the saddest and quietest this club has ever been. Well, everyone. Do you know? Huh? Oh, it's the SSS. Are all of the Saber Vipers still in the hospital? Yeah, all of them but me. Koki got the worst of it. They even had to put him in a different room from the rest of the gang. I'm sorry to hear that. I shouldn't have brought it up. You can take your sympathy and shove it. They're the ones hurting right now. It's not fair that I'm the only one who got out okay. Damn it! Why does it have to happen? We should give him some space, Lloyd. Yeah, you're right. All because Wald is a little bitch. Oh, now I can finally... Coral Ring. This is so sad. Enigma 2, play. Hope of After the Sacrifice. Oh, that's fantastic. Man's dad almost looks like a responsible grown-up now. Yeah, look at this. My old man's actually working in broad daylight. Probably because the landlord said they'll toss us up if he doesn't help with the reconstruction. Hey, quit your your mouth, Van. You'd be helping out too, you know. What if they're giving us free grub? Doesn't change the fact that I'm working my ass off in the middle of the day. Can't wait to get this over with so I can settle with a bottle or two. Classic oven-cooked meals. It's resting here at room temp. A book entitled Classic Oven-Cooked Meals is resting here at room temperature. And stamina steak. God damn, do all the books things have like those kinds of puns that I just didn't notice? Okay, that was stamina steak. Can't make it because I don't have cracked pepper or kibbled salt. Also, it takes 3 of each of those. Like, what? What? 3? 3? A 1, a 2, a 3. Will you find out how many licks it'll take to get the sound of a Tootsie Pop? The world may never know. Working hard, Amos? Wesley, SSS. Good day to you all. Hey there, kids. You gotta see our request. Yeah, we just wanted to drop by and hash out the details. From what I can tell, the reconstruction effort is already well underway. Indeed it is. People of the downtown district have been working together under the Testament's direction. Progress has been slow, however. There's still much damage to be accounted for. Yeah, we heard Wald attacked this place that night in his demonized form. Do the Nilkos know the truth? Most do not, save for those in the Saber Vipers. They were among the few capable of recognizing the man behind the grotesquerie. Perhaps it is best that we keep this from the other residents, then. The truth would be too shocking. Let us set that topic aside for now. Of more immediate importance is how best to proceed with the reconstruction. The downtown district cannot rely on government aid, nor do its denizens have the means to hire contractors. As such, the Special Support Section's assistance would be well appreciated. Well, when you put it that way, helping reconstruction. Well, you have our full support, Abbas, and you, in turn, have my thanks. I knew we could count on you, kids! So where exactly are we needed? There are 3 places in particular that could use some assistance. First is a soup kitchen that will be operating out of Lotus Heights. Next is a salvage operation for scrap metal, which is being held near what remains of Mason Imelda. The third is right here at Guillaume Factory, where we are accumulating building materials for processing. We'd appreciate if you could lend your aid to these efforts in whatever ways you are able. I see. Each activity has its merits. Can you tell us more about what it is you're doing here at the factory? Sure thing. Basically, we're just picking out materials that we can use to repair the damaged buildings. I'm doing what I can with the workshop's leftover supplies, but I sort of ran into a problem. What kind of problem? I'll be honest. I don't even got enough screws and nails to assemble this stuff. At this rate, the repairs are going to come to a screeching halt. What about the junk mail you mentioned? It's lying around all over the place outside. I did bring the matter up with Kenan, the young boy we have scavenging. Yeah, but the real purpose of those scraps is to sell them off for extra funds. And ideally, we should be using new materials where we can. Structural integrity and all that. Good point. That puts us in a tough spot. Should we go out and buy some screws and nails for you then? Actually, I've got a better idea. What we could do is repurpose the U material that we normally use to customize weapons. If I had enough, I could make pretty much everything we need. You would like us to procure U material? That may be easier said than done. How many would you need? 10 should do the trick. Got plenty. Think you kids can swing that much? I think so. Once we have enough, we'll bring them to you. Thank you, SSS. You do us a great service. Alright, everyone, let's get started. We should ask how much we can help with the scrap collection and at the soup kitchen as well. Roger that, leader. I'm always happy to lend a hand when my old haunt is in the bitch. Downtown district, cool. Hey, Randy. About the tune-up job you asked me to do on that blade rifle. Mind waiting a bit longer for it? Yeah, I guess I can. Well, I send this up. I don't know if it's a problem exactly, but the darn thing's got a ton of custom parts. You can't just swap it out for the stuff I already got. It's gonna take time to reproduce them by hand. Still, in the long run, the sucker should be easier to handle than the chainsaw rifle your cuss has on her. You mean Testarossa? Yeah, something else. Kinda nuts that girl her size can even wield that monster. Speaking of which, Testarossa, huh? That's the name of a demon from the Erebonian legend. The one said to wield 1,000 weapons. Yeah, boy! Yeah, boy! Testarossa! It's a favorite of mine, in fact. That's why I designed you a stun halberd with the same name a while back. Still, it doesn't even begin to hold a candle with that missy's packing. Don't even worry about it. Both of us got our weapons from a little, well, let's call it special workshop. All this stuff's made to order, so I'm not surprised it's a pain in the ass to repair. Sorry to be taking up your valuable time, old man. No, it's fine. I'm treating it like a learning experience. Heck, it's helped me stumble on a few tricks that might come in handy while modding arms. In the meantime, I reckon they shouldn't take more than another week or so. Say, may have your hands full with the reconstruction effort still? I'm in no big hurry, you know, so don't go running yourself ragged on my account. This old man doesn't need your sympathies, buddy boy. Anyhow, I'll give you a call once the repairs are done. So sit tight until then. Thanks, Guillaume. I'll just let you get back to it. Customize. Okay. So if I got the... Yeah, see, like, I don't like this, right? It's like strength 400 defense causes faint, but I like my dodge. Like, I want my dodge. Which is why I'm not going to get the clutch hammer and do what I did last time. New material. Let's see. Yep, that's 10 on it. And hand them over. Hand them over. They're all yours. New material. Don't mind if I do. Chances of fixing this place up are looking a lot better now. We're always happy to help. You're going to do some more repairs right now, right? Any extra hands? Yeah, we're no stranger to hard work. Nah, I can't possibly ask that. Not when you've already done so much. Besides, I think it's only fitting that the denizens of downtown fix up the downtown district themselves. You're right. Our testaments will be there to lead you every step of the way. Give them my regards, Abbas. How convenient that you no longer consider yourself a fellow member. Yeah, that's perfectly fine. Wesley has another role to fulfill right now. You have my thanks yet again, SSS. I would be much obliged if you could help the others as well, should you have the time. Sure, sounds good. Okay. So... yeah. Let's see here. Nope. Wait. No, Fosla. This is tougher than I thought it'd be. I'm never gonna be done at this rate. Hello there. What are you up to? I'm scavenging for scrap like Abbas told me to. As long as there's metal in it, any junk we can find can be sold for Mira. Hey, that's some good thinking. You downtowners are pretty resourceful. It's just how things are here. People of this neighborhood believe in building their lives through hard work, brick by brick. Their lives are hard in and of themselves, after all. It's admirable, really. I doubt I'd be able to last very long in their shoes. Agreed. People of this district are clearly quite strong. Is there anything we could do to support the effort? Want to help? That'd be great. I could always use more eyes to help me find more scrap metal. If you see any, could you bring them to me? I've looked everywhere I can think of, but there's gotta be still some around. Scrap metal? Sure, we can do that. That said, I think it'd be a lot more efficient if we could use a metal detector or something like that. We should check Yam's workshop. Might have one we can borrow. Okay. Metal detector, give me a mother flippin' metal detector. Mr. Yum, you wouldn't happen to have a metal detector we can borrow, would you? Metal detector, huh? Now you mention it, I think I did cobble one of those together a little while back. Nice thing, Lloyd, and Dad turned to a noble engineer. Mainly made that thing for shits and giggles, though. What you need it for? Oh, about that. Explain that you're helping Cannon collect scrap metal. Ah, now I get you. In that case, you're definitely gonna need that thing. Alright, you kids can borrow it. Give me a sec, I know it's around here someplace. There we are, go on, take it. You would think a metal detector would be like... not something you just make for shits and giggles, it would probably be like requested usually, right? There we go. There we are, go on and take it. Oh, detector. This is very expertly crafted. It should be just as reliable as the units utilized by the department. And you made this yourself? That's amazing. Well, I'm just glad the old gal is still in one piece. Actually, I wouldn't be surprised if it ain't all that power efficient, so it's nothing to be proud of. So, you know how to use one of those things? I've used metal detectors many times for custom inspections at Tangram Gate. Basically, we should just flip it on any spot we suspect there could be metal, right? That's the basic idea. Just comb over any areas where you get a ping, and I'm sure you'll find something metallic. You might even find some other goodies if you're lucky enough. Hadn't thought about that. Thanks for the tip. We'll make sure to put it to good use. Metal detector can only be used outside the downtown district. Use it, press triangle and L1 together. Can I see? Okay.
行きます。
行くぞ。
Reaction. Nope, okay. Alright, come on. There we go, found scrap metal. There we go. So I don't know how many pieces there are. Which I presume is kind of the point. There we go. Go. U material. Come on. Yeah. Hey, there we go. U material. No. No. There we go. And scrap metal. There we go. Come on. Sometimes triangle opens up that menu. There we go. Equipment, evergreen, other, subject to Martian. Equipment, quartz, shroud, mind 3, Tyrol bomb, shackle, enemies are slowed, Puraruku, adamant turtle, 3. Oh, yeah, that's a raid fiasco. What's you guys' take on it? Straight to the point. There's still unanswered questions as to what the motive was. All we can say for sure is that the moment is that the Red Constellation was the one responsible. As for who is pulling the strings behind them, the Imperial government is the obvious culprit to jump to, being their most recent employer. Yeah, that's been the word on the street for a while now. You ask me, that doesn't explain why they made a sudden retreat, but hey, what do I know? It reminds me. Yeah, you guys fought back Wall and his demon ass for me, yeah? Yep, that was definitely him, alright. He put up a tough fight, too. Think he was doped up on that crazy drug, huh? I mean, a pill that turns you into a monster? When the hell does a guy even find something like that? We're wondering that for ourselves. There's an investigation underway, but nothing about his suppliers come to light. Huh, so the cops don't know jack either? Nothing I hate more than being out of the loop. To make matters worse, business has been in the crapper this week, too. now that the state's all worked up over public safety. Then there's the neighborhood. I've been living in downtown for a bit now, and I've never seen it like this. Maybe it's time to pack our bags and find someone else to set up shop. I'm sorry to hear that, Ashley. Can't say I don't get it. Sometimes you just have to shove off and move on. You got some rock-solid connections? I'm sure you'll land your feet on another one way or another. Yeah, well, not out for the door just yet. I gotta think about what's best for Jingo, too. Won't be long before I have to start planning out our future. Okay. Come on. Stop going into the... Stop going into that menu for whatever reason. Okay, so I think... I feel like I've scraped this place pretty high and dry. Give scrap metal. Oh, you found some scrap metal? Thanks, there should be plenty. So can I have it? Give scrap metal. Here you go. And over the scrap metal. Thanks a bunch. We can use the mirror they sell for to help to fix up the downtown district. That's wonderful to hear. Good luck with the reconstruction. I hope it's finished soon. Should be only a matter of time. Even the neighborhood kids are pulling together for this. True enough. With that, perhaps we should be moving on. Yeah, let's go help out somewhere else. Okay. Hey, Hazel. Oh, where's he? Are you here to lend a hand too? Something like that. I told you guys I'd had a makeshift soup kitchen set up here. Is there anything we can do to help? Well, let me think. Actually, we are running low on a few ingredients. Would you mind picking up some for me? Grocery run, eh? Sounds easy enough. What do you need specifically? Right, you're probably gonna want to grab a pen for this. First, I need 10 tubs of 5-colored miso and 10 cuts of beast flesh. I also need 10 balls of healthy liquor and 10 of sesame oil. Next, give me 30 dark mushrooms and 30 versatile onions. Finally, I need 30 petite carrots and 30 hot peppers. That'll just about do it. Oh, that's a lot more than I expected. Well, we've got a lot of people in need and after all that's happened, they deserve a good meal. We were a bit short yesterday, too. Folks weren't exactly happy about that. That's why I want to make sure extra we don't run out today. Can't blame you. By the way, what kind of soup are you making there? It's pork miso soup, the kind that warms the body and soul. I'll treat you all to a bowl too once it's done. It's gonna be my way of saying thanks. Am I looking forward to it? Oh yeah, I almost forgot. See 500 mil. Sending us off to buy half of a grocery store with only 500 mil? Come on, man. Yeah, sorry about that. Our budget stretched pretty thin. I know it's not much, but you make it work, right? I'm begging you to find it in your hearts to help us out. We'll just make up the difference and consider a donation. It's for a good cause, after all. Of course, given the situation, it's the least we can do. If we're done patting ourselves on the back about it, shall we get started? Right, let's get shopping, everyone. Fresher to 10 tubs. Okay, 10. Okay. Okay. So, ingredients. 5-colored miso, I only have 3. So let's go over to Central Square and spend money that I don't really have. Okay, so 10 5-colored miso. And 5-colored miso, I need 7. And then it was what, 30 versatile onions, so I need 11 more. What was it, petite carrots I needed 30 of. Okay, so 10 of that, 10 cuts of beast flesh. How many cuts of beast flesh do I already have? Okay, 45 beast flesh, so I got plenty of that. So then I need 10 balls of healthy liquor and 10 of sesame oil. Healthy liquor and sesame oil. Healthy liquor, 10, and sesame oil, 37. Okay, got plenty of that. Then I need 30 dark mushrooms and 30 versatile onions. 30 dark mushrooms and 30 versatile onions. And then I need 30 petite carrots and 30 hot peppers. Okay. Jesus. So much. Used so much money. It gave me 500 Mira. Okay. I'll buy. Issue. Thanks, Mia. See you later. Okay, do you have any new stuff? Shop. Bye. Evasion 20. Already have one. 20 for women. Sorry, I just need to. We trust everyone on cover, so why bother retracting our claim of influence? Then again, we can't very well ignore the threat their military is at our doorstep. You guys. Okay. Choose shop buy. Evasion 10 men only. Evasion 5 women. Evasion 5. Okay. How much evasion do my shoes have? 10. Ah, damn. But that's 72 and 1. So that would basically double his shoes defense give. And increase his move. But it would decrease his speed. Which isn't something I want. So I'll just hope for a 15 drop. Or someplace I can get 15 evade. Wherever. Or I just need to get the next rank of evade, right? Because my Orman. No, he has evade 3, so I'd have to get like one of the super quartz or something. Take 2, take 1, hit 3, okay, so now let's go back down to the downtown district and do our good, do some charity work basically. Which I don't mind this kind of quest where it's like, hey, go be a good person, please. Hey, did you find all the greens I asked for? Yeah, the greens. Yeah, here you go, Hazel. Hand over all of that shit. Yeah, that's everything. Nice work, guys. Thanks for all the help. So, you need anything else, or does that just about wrap it up? Yeah, this is plenty. You guys really helped us out there. Soup should be ready once everyone gets a break from fixing the place up. I'll start handing out bowls then. Don't forget to grab your share, too. We'll sure take you up on that. Good luck with the rest of the cooking. Okay, that should be about everyone in your help. Let's go report back to Abbas. Door's locked. It's here. It's there. No. Books on the shelves. Because that's what I'm looking for. Nope, nothing there. Okay. Where's Abbas? Using Giam's factory. How did things go? You kids finished helping out around the neighborhood. Yeah, we lent a hand everywhere we could. See, good work. Should be almost time to serve the food. You may do as you wish until then. Alright, in that case, we'll go and make another patrol around the neighborhood. Might still be something we can assist with. That would be much appreciated. I will see you all again shortly. Yeah! Soup kitchen! Soup kitchen! Yeah. Good work, Special Report Section. Your efforts have brought some solace to the people of the downtown district. Maybe we could do anything at all. Yes, but there's still much more to do before the district can truly recover. Yeah, Wall's guys are probably going to need a lot of time to process all this. And that's not even counting their physical injuries. Most of them will likely be in the hospital for a while. At least they have Dino to be here for them. You'll just have to pick up the slack in the meantime. That would be for the best. Probably, yeah. At any rate, consider our request fulfilled. I ask that you keep the downtown residents in your thoughts and aid them whenever you can. We will, Abbas. Don't hesitate to call if there's anything we can help with. Yeah! Thanks again for your help. You still got some soup left if you want to try it. Warm miso soup. And you can never turn away a second helping. Certainly it's this delicious. I call dibs. If I hear that, tell me if it was worth it to make some servings. So many servings. It better be. Okay, so let's go to the garage.
よし、行くか。
Let's ride the
どこに
car.
行こうかな。
Because it was Tangram Gate was
さあ、行くぞ。
one of the new extermination
よし、
ones, if I remember
着いたぞ。
right. So let's go over here. Doc. Ba-ba-ba. Hello, Deputy Commander Douglas. Ah, it's you all. Good to see you. I take it you're here in response to my request. Very much, yeah, but looking a little on edge there, Duggo. I can't deny it. I'm sure you noticed this the moment you arrived here. The CGF is currently in a heightened state of alert. Can't afford to have anything short of total vigilance right now. So, would all of that be the reason you put in a request for us then? Indeed it would. I can give a full explanation if you're ready to begin. Will you be tackling the request now? Yes. We're ready to begin. I'm in your debt. As I wrote in the request, we've recently received eyewitness reports of mysterious black monsters. Said monsters have been ravaging the crops and livestock of our Morka village. Monster attacking our Morka? This feels oddly familiar. Especially that part about the crops. Are you referring to those wolf-like beasts that were menacing the state earlier this year? The culprits in that case wound up being the Mafia and their warhounds. Yes, I drew the same parallels upon reading the report on this incident. Revanche has been completely dissolved, but their sizable reserve of warhounds is currently unaccounted for. There is a distinct chance that there are mystery perpetrators in this case. To what extent has the CGF investigated so far? My guardsmen inspected the damage and interviewed the nearby residents. Consequently, we were able to pinpoint that the monsters are coming from the ancient battlefield, which is why I want you to head there now. You're to investigate the area for the monsters and, if possible, exterminate them. It's pretty straightforward. Still, you boys must be busy if you're asking for our help with the pest control. CGF should be more than capable of tracking wild monsters themselves if they needed to. You aren't wrong. While this would be a simple task under normal conditions, I must remind you that we are currently on alert. Red Constellation, the ones who raided Crossbell City, have vanished. At the moment, we have zero leads as to their whereabouts. On top of that, the Empire and the Republic have both started conducting large-scale exercises near our borders. CGF needs to be especially vigilant given the current tension at the border. In other words, the things are eerily reminiscent of how they were just prior to the signing of the Non-Aggression Pact. You are correct. In light of the circumstances, dealing with these monsters is a low priority right now, in spite of the havoc they've caused. As the damages are relatively low, the decision has been made not to spare any guardsmen. I'd say that's fair. You guys got more important stuff to worry about than a few monster exterminations. And that's where we come in. Leave it to us, Deputy Commander. We'll look into these monsters for you. That would be much appreciated. Best of luck, SSS. I'll be awaiting the good news. Major battlefield anomalies started. Okay. So, let's come in there. Ancient battlefield.
よし、行くか。どこに行こうかな。
Morka, yeah.
さあ、行くぞ。到着だ。
Tochakada. Okay. Yeah, because we haven't been able to go to the ancient battlefield since last game. Okay. Give me your Sapith, please. Hey, Neko Dave, thank you very much for the raid, my friend. How are you doing on this fine day? Are you playing more Dust? Go. Ba-bow. Ba-bow. Megaduta. 36. We have a meeting with the Madam Mayor today. Will it take long? A pause. Genevieve wasn't used to explaining herself, as she kept most of their interactions as clipped as her words. It's with Jubilee, isn't it? Hello. Hey, how's it going? Megaduta. What is Megaduta? Megaduta these nuts. Aha, got him. Fence seal and mute. Okay, that's not bad. EP Church 2. I'm one step closer to mastering the 8 Leaves 7th form. Void. That's nice. Ancient beating. Okay, so it is this, the hounds. Time to kill some dogs. What? Sorry, let's kill some rabid monsters. Look at those monsters. They're Vache's warhounds. Guess was right on the mirror. They have gone feral and formed a pack? Oh, if I know, man. Just want to find out why they're so dead set on destroying Omorga's produce. Even monsters should know the risk of getting too close to human settlements. That's just instinct. Orders are orders. Either way, we're going to have to exterminate them. Then again, that's probably easier said than done. I agree. Something on your mind, T.O.? It was only a stray thought, but the emotions I detect from these monsters, they resemble fear more than anything else. They're afraid? Beast voice. Zeit? How is this timing always so impeccable? For a moment I was scared he might have been an enemy of reinforcements getting the jump on us. Grr, woof woof. Grr. These feral must likely follow an alpha. Subdue the leader and the rest of their ranks should fall in line, so Zeit says. An alpha, huh? Makes sense that pack would need a top dog. Kinda like me and the SSS. Whatever you say. Now, let's see if we can't track down their leader. Yo, Randy, alpha.
Yeah.
The alpha of the of our crew. Is Xenoblade 2 Torna a different game from regular 2? So Torna is the is a standalone like DLC game, right? Like it was sort of like the new DLC for 3. It was like basically it's its own game. It was originally released as like DLC of like as the season pass of like Xenoblade 2. However, it also got its own separate like release because it is like kind of big enough to be its own game. So the simple answer is yes. Yes, it is. And excuse me, I just need to plug my controller in. I heard it's good. Yeah, I've also heard it's good, and I shall be playing through it because that was one of the sub-goal games that has been a mess. Okay, Dovin Kaiser, Mafia Warhound wearing iron armor, pursues his targets as is ordered to. There you go. Is it only a DLC patch or is it physical reason too? Both. You can get it as part of the season pass of Xenoblade 2. You can also get digitally, I think, solo. You can also physically get it solo. Amazon has it for 35. Yeah. Bomb. Damn. Yeah, it's basically its own game. It's a pretty big thing. It's not like a 5-hour DLC. Spawn. Countered. That's what I like to see. Counter tactics. Well, you think you're gonna get the 5% luck? And his Death Scorpion has upgraded to Death Scorpion 2. That's what I like to see. Solar Pendulum. There was a fishing hole here. It's gone now. There was a fishing hole like right there. I think there was also a chest right there behind the tower area. Excuse me. I must kill you. There we go. Just tries to swallow you whole, but doesn't find you very delectable. Okay, yeah, let's there you go. Crash bam. Crash bam. Crash bam. Oh god, it's so good. God, I really wish Master Quartz XP was handled differently, because man, I just want Aegis to get to 4 so I can see what the hell it does, and I hope it's draw aggro, because that would make the strat even better. Okay, let's save there. Oh god, you guys. Which cursed shields? Which ones do you guys do? Yeah, you do reflect the
分析を開始します。情報を入手しました。
can cause physical damage and cause confusion.
俺の番だな。
That's great. Combo. You don't do any magic attacks. Art. Crimson. Luckily, you can dodge.
そこだ
So
そこだ
take all the aggro, please.
エニグマ駆動。
そこだ
Triple counter. God,
そこだ
aggro is so good.
私の番です。 エ
Death
ニグマ
Spiral.
駆動。
任せてくれ
Stun Spike.
任せて。
Nice ledge. But yeah, you thinking about Oh, can you not dodge if you're casting arts? Have you played any of the previous Xenoblade games? NECA or wait. Wait.
ドライブ開始。
No, yeah, Fujimura, you're already talking about how you got Xenoblade
しゃあいい感
1
じだぜ
and 2
Good job with
physically, right? Those are things that yeah, you talked about buying. I was getting people saying things mixed up. Okay, you killed my only real friend, so tell me, who's the real monster here? The monsters? Okay, EP. 3. So Silverthorn and Death Spiral. Yeah, let's do that.
そこそこ。みんなチャンス。
俺の番って
Crap out of
任せろ
here.
任せて。守りたい。このクロスベルを。
Beast Flesh. Splash. Splash.
先生可能。
Eat the beast
始めましょう。
flesh.
いと
Eat the beast flesh.
任せて。そこ。はい。えい。
任せろ
俺の番やってやそこだ
手こず
私の番。え
Oh,
い。
you thought you could hit Lloyd? He has 95% evasion. You don't?
そこそこ。
You just ignored taking a
先生
bullet.
可能。
Love
始め
it.
ましょう。
俺の番だなつってや
任せろ
さてと。や。行きます。タ
任せてくれやってや
おっしゃ
そこだ
任
Yes.
せて。よかった。
Oh no, whatever shall I do? Night Greaves.
さあ、始めましょうか。
Wow, you
So
hit.
could I-
You hit. Wow, he hit
So
on the
could I-
95. He hit the 5. That's impressive. Death Spiral.
ドライブ開始。
任せてくれいと
俺の番だなほらよ
さてと。そこ。や。
そこだ
さて。
Fool.
そこです。
任せてくれ
You
いってや
fool.
任せて。や。
任せろ
Smack you.
私の番。えい。
Smack you.
任せてくれいと
おっし
I
ゃ
feel like they've reduced the percentage chance of
そこだ
petrified enemies insta die.
私の番です。
But that might
俺
just
の
be.
番だなつってや
No.
そこだ
任せろ
任せて。
There we go.
そこ。さて。援護電磁ネット。
任せてくれ
Okay.
よし上出来だ
やるじゃない
Playing kills. Presenting our delicious additions to the new and improved special support set. The same dishes you know and love, now with Wa Caesar salad and a refreshing glass of Noel Manade. Noel Manade. Oh god. You know what? Like if I when I go to Japan, if there were like a cafe doing like a collab or whatever with like trails, I would probably
俺の
go.
番だな
Like not even lying.
ほらよ
私の番です。えい。私の番ね。や。行きます。
任せてくれえっはそこだ
任せろ
What, you think you can hurt me? You think you can hurt the Lloyd
データ
Meister?
収集終了しました
There's a reason why he has perfect dodge and also immunity. Does that make it yours then, he retorted? What if I happen to like the local carpenter and commission to find chests to store my trinkets? Oh shit, did I go out of order?
みんなチャンスよ。そこです。
よし。
任せろ。
Excuse me.
ほらよ。
えはい。ドライブ開
俺
始。
の番だな。てや。
Damn it.
そこだ。
俺の番だな。
さてと。それ。
Quit.
ステータスオールグリーンです。
And
やっ
healthy liquor. Whatever you do, don't liquor too much. Brr, 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 brr. Okay, so what's going on down here? Oh,
ここ
fish.
なら釣れそうだな。
One of the most pleasant memories of this area. So I may as well get to making some new ones. Primary rod, dumplings.
それ。
Well, there definitely wasn't a fishing spot down here last time. 1, 2, 3. Nothing. Yeah, okay. Fine. Fine. Acceptable. Fine. 1, 2, 3. There we go.
ま、
Pale
こんなもんか
sound.
な。
Okay. Little shooter. Row.
それ。
You got it. Came out 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay.
それ。
Let's go. 1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Bamboo dumplings.
それ。
1, 2, 3. Yep. Okay. Deluxe dumplings. Come on. 1, 2, 3. Here we go.
ま、
Pass
こんな
on
もん
in
かな。
Viking rod. Let's throw carp in there. See if we get anything. 1, 2, 3. Good. Give me a big one.
よし。
Catfish.
ゲットだ。
Okay, cool. Really, nothing tiny. Other than fishing. Door shut tight. Okay, so it's literally just for the fishing hole. I respect it. I respect this really out of the way fishing hole. Okay. Hey yo, how's it going, Mr. Light? How are you doing, my friend? Hope you're having a nice day.
注意してください。
よし。ストップ。
Just
おっしゃ。
fresh bomb.
そこだ。
Blinded by
そこ
flashbang.
だ。
そこです。データ収
Yeah.
集
Here
終
we
了し
go.
ました。
Dude, I'm getting so much beast flesh. Very tired today. Oof, that's rough. Well, now you get to relax, hopefully. Or maybe, I don't know.
やっ
No.
よし。
You can get a boost of energy from watching my stream. Guessing you finished finally. Yeah, I finished that, I think a couple, or was it last week or 2 weeks ago at this point? It was very fun. It was very enjoyable.
やっ
It's also very fun getting to, like, the end point of the game with, like a few different characters tempted to buy it. I'll do it. It's good.
そこです。
任せろ。
But yeah, no, it was fun getting to, like, the end point of the game
え
where,
さて。
it's like, oh yeah, I,
俺の番だな。
where you just have like 5 or 6 characters that are just like beasts in their own ways.
そこ
It's
で
like,
す。
oh yeah, Marinine Nanaka, just massive dodge tanks. X character just nuking people from big distance magic. Allier just also being pre-dodge tanky. One day, it's prophecy that the true treasure chest will lead all chests into the fight against the adventurers. This day will be called Ragnapox. Come, the apocalypse! So sad, just lost interest mid-game. Yeah, I mean, it's just a thing that happens, right? Certain games, you just do lose interest.
やっ
I mean, I was just going back and, like, trying to finish it. because, like, you know, sometimes you do need to force yourself. I'm benefited by the fact that there's no need to force myself. I'm streaming it, and there are very few games that I will allow myself to not finish, and that is only ones that like are actively like bad. Like I actively dislike them. Right, like Vestaria Saga. Like I actively dislike that game, which is why I stopped. And so that's the only one in recent memory. Give me that, she demanded in a low tone, to which he only responded with an ill-suited snort. In the heat of the moment, she had no time to consider how strange it was. That isn't yours. Yeah. But, it's me. But yeah, like, totally understand, because I've played many games in my life where it's just like, oh yeah, no, I was playing it, and then either other games came out, or just hit a certain point in the game that for whatever reason you stop feeling it. It's like, I get it. It happens. Death Spiral. Mine 3. I wanted to be a music box, but I couldn't carry a tune. Mine 3. Silverthorn. There we go. Maybe it felt a little too JRPG, which I said before is the genre I get bored of the fastest. That's why I watched. Okay. I mean, there's also the potential, like, I mean, if maybe that's why, maybe just instead of like, maybe just skip and just play the maps. Oh, shut up, Genevieve hopped just enough to grip it and pulled it up downward. Both had their hands on the chest now, and neither one appeared to have any intention of letting go. And then, to Genevieve's shock, Xeno 2, hashtag Xeno 2 is dearer than 3. Dearer. Apologies, I don't exactly know what was trying to be stated. Dearer. Like more dear to you? Or... I just want to know how I'm supposed to... More expensive. Oh, okay. It's more expensive than 3. I mean, probably not digitally. Physically, I would imagine, just because they're probably not printing new copies very much. Depending. You know... 2 is 50 items, and with 13% off is 3 is 48. Okay, weird. Is there just a bigger discount on 3, or is it just lower priced? That is very odd. I mean, hey, leave it to a first-party Nintendo game in the West to be priced poorly. Quartz fragment. Chest fact, chests have domed lids to discourage being sat on and repel water from pooling atop it, thereby extending the lifespan of the chest. Oh, shit. Chest fact. Chest fact. Chest fact. Chest fact. Chest fact. Warhammer 3 says that hopefully, maybe because I'm still reveling in finding the one RTS game that doesn't actively kick me in the balls for playing. Yeah. You know, that would be a pretty good thing to revel in. Wait, you're saying I can enjoy this game? What? Wow. You're supposed to make me hate life. What's going on? Go. Time Sabbath and all this stuff. But yeah, no, it's interesting because now I'm starting to get to like the near end of both games that I'm playing, because like I'm in chapter 4 and I think there's only one more chapter in this game after this one. Now the chapters are long, so I probably still have several streams ahead of me, but P5R, I'm pretty darn close to the end. I should be finishing it next stream, so it's like, damn, cool, getting there. So it would be nice to finally swap over to something else afterwards. It would have been a crime not to open me. What charge you ask? Resisting a chest. Blah 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 blah. Oh, okay, this is locked. Chance.
俺の番。はっ。よし、この調子で行くぞ。
Okay, so let's come over here. There we go, just heal everyone up. Real nice and simple like.
そこや
Okay, it's paced out with a civ-like roll map that lets me throw territory, but then every once in a while it's an RTS fight. This is nice. Okay. Yeah, you know what? That would probably be better. Right, one that isn't always just like shoving you into fights where it's super stressful and sweaty. Howling. We're in trouble. No, we're not. We're fine. Big dog. I have horde. Damn. We got surrounded. That giant one. Has it been hanging around the sun fort this whole time? Must have forced the warhounds into submission. So if we put it down, the rest of the pack will disperse, right? Which sounds easy enough. Careful, everyone. Here they come.
全力で行かせてもらうぞ
Oh no! Whatever shall we do? We're surrounded. Whatever can we possibly do? Hell no.
分析を詳細データ
Okay, fierce, intelligent, and demonic hound mercilessly tears out its enemies' throats.
任せてくれ
Okay. A bit aggro. A bit aggro. Aggro. Okay, let's... Oh, I can't move that big one. Well, should've figured.
ほらよ。
Okay, let's just have fun with them. Recovery. Furia. Don't need the poison.
甘いっての。
Go.
甘いっての。
Ow, 2 dodges from you.
ありがとう
行くぜ。俺の番だ。
There we go. Just gonna take out a few of you. Even though my only other experience with an RTS was Iron Harvest, I'm still skeptical of any other game with this new level. I mean, they'd at least be worth tries, right? Like, even if they're not as enjoyable, it's still worth a try to see if they are.
ヒット
No. Art. Breath.
エニグマ駆動
Okay, and you are that thing. So let's drop a nice big shadow blade on you.
ありがとう
You know, as you do.
や
Big shadow
任せろ。
blade. Shadow blade.
俺の番だな
Burn art.
行くぞやってや
さてと
Okay, let's heal you.
そこだ
There you go. Get dodged,
サンクス。
はい
bitch. Get dodged on, bitch.
エニグマ駆動
おっしゃ。
よしってやそこだ
Bitch.
や
Deadly or prison.
え
Cool. Looks like it's 4 Xenoblade games I'll be playing now. Yes. And I mean, if you also plan to play 3, then there's also the DLC for 3, which might get the Torna treatment and be released on its own, but that's yet to be announced. But it's likely.
上出来かしら
So... So... Yeah. Was that enough? I believe so. The underlings appear to have lost the will to fight. Other game questions. Did you ever play much Teenage Wonderland? I have yet to play Teenage Wonderland, just because the group that I played like the Borderlands games with, is the DLC big enough to be a full-ish game? I believe so. Like, it seems to be pretty sizable, which is why I think I might get the Torna treatment. Basically the group that I played the Borderlands games with, like, they're a few of them, like their setups we don't believe they're quite strong enough to be able to play the game. I'll have to check myself with one of them. So we didn't, so I have yet to play that game. Okay, I was gonna say good news, the Redux mod is finally released. Oh yeah? What's the Redux mod? Or the redo mod? I believe so, the young spirit have lost the will to fight. Well, now that we've gotten that out of the way, what do we do next? What do you mean, Wazzy? The remaining warhounds. Do we leave them be or finish them off? Given the circumstances, I think we could easily exterminate them all. You raise a good point. We have no way of knowing whether or not they'll still attack people. Suppose it's better safe than sorry. Come on, guys, let's get this over. These are now my pack. Zay? There's no need to trouble yourselves, he says. There isn't? Did he say YTO? Woof. Woof woof. Once the Warhounds were released, the only thing they sought was to live far away from humankind. However, it was then that the Alpha appeared and took control, ordering the pack to butcher cattle and ravage crops. Or something along those lines. So that's the way it is. There's no Alpha to boss them around, they're probably not a threat. But hey, you're the leader, Lloyd. What's your call? Well, if what Zay says is right, let's try to believe him for now. From now on, you must remain in your own territory and keep to yourselves. You can promise to do that and never attack our villages again, and we will let your pack go in peace. Can you forward that message to them, Zay? Woof. Grr woof. Grr woof woof. Woof. Yeah, okay, see you later. Run away! Did he get through them? Yes, I believe Zayt's words resonated with the pack. We should be fine now. Well, isn't this something? I wasn't expecting this job to end with us sweet-talking canines. All's well that ends well, though. How do you plan on explaining this in the report, Lloyd? That's a good question. I think our only choice is to tell the deputy commander the truth and hope for the best. In the meantime, our job here is done. So everyone set to return to Tamar Gate? Ready to go! Yeah! Oh, hey, what's up, Risha? What's going on? Genteel voice. What a spectacle. They saved us the trouble of handling the pest control ourselves. Remind me to thank them later. And now she is just willingly, because multiple people know and it's kind of pointless to hide it, now she is just not wearing the mask in the suit. Interesting. Is something the matter, Risha? Or would you prefer that I still call you Master Yin? Don't tell me you regret entering into another contract with us. I suspected you might.
何でもありません。
You needn't be so presumptuous.
今は気を伺うとき。行きましょう。
Let us be going. We should bide our time until opportunity strikes. Now, your next mod is basically a massive fan-made fix to common complaints. Examples, legendaries say who the designated drop is. There are pylons to respawn mini-bosses that can normally only be fought once for the unique legendary upgrade. Pearlescents were made since the developers couldn't be bothered to make any for the game. Ah, okay, interesting. Master Yin. As you wish. We will, after all, have need of your strength in order to oppose our esteemed adversaries. And tonight, I say, it's a pleasure doing business with you once again. Okay, so now we get the Risha bit that we know and love from how we see her in CS2. And that's what we learned from our investigation. Those warhounds shouldn't be giving you any more problems. So, you've been pretty quiet there, Duggo. Nothing else you want to add? Did we make a mistake by not exterminating the warhounds? No, I think you did just fine. The results simply exceed my expectations. To an astounding degree, even. Did they now? I thought you were going to tell us we were full of crap for saying we persuaded some warhounds. It does sound a little far-fetched when you think about it. Also, uniques have a bright pink color instead of blue, so you can find them. There's a Redux mod for all the Borderlands games now. Okay, interesting. As long as this is the truth, I failed to see the problem. As I said, it's perfectly alright. The fact that you managed to solve the issue peaceably is more than I could have asked. Thank you yet again, SSS. Now the Guardian Force has one less problem to worry about. I'm glad we could help. You can always reach out to us if you need anything, Deputy Commander. I'll keep that in mind. Now, if you excuse me, I have to get back to monitoring this state of alert. You six be careful out there. We will. Ancient battlefield anomalies. The ancient battlefield anomalies. Yes. Where's my car? Oh, it's still on Morka. Back. Okay. Go to Morka. Get my car.
よし
Rest in my car. Sleep in my car.
あ、乗りますか？
Die.
どこに行きますか？
Okay, where is... Yes, we need to go to the
お安いご
Nox
用です
Forest Road.
お待たせしました。
Okay, so let's also save, because it's been a little bit. Give me your Sepith. I desire the sustenance. Oh, how did I miss this chest? Oh, wait, of course. How did I miss it? I didn't have the thing that told me the chest's location. Is there anything better than Treasure? Arguably a really good book. I'd recommend the Sunshine Anya series, personally. Yeah, and Sunshine Anya series is pretty darn good, huh? Here we go. Yeah, I need to remember the likelihood that I missed some chests just straight up due to me not having the chest finding quartz on. Pretty high, likely. Okay. Level 100. Okay, just saved, so let's try it. Monsters appeared. Oh, it's the ice monsters. Fuck. Okay. Fuck. Arts can be dodged. Crash bomb. Resist. Okay. Alright, impede. Didn't impede it. Let's move. Oh god, now I'll attack her specifically. I wish I was confident in Pierce use mods. I get it. I get the mod to be able to in a heartbeat. I mean, it's always a good time to start learning, right? Okay, let's just use battle scope. A rare ice monster that freezes moisture inside its body. This allows for powerful ice arts. See, the annoying part is if it wasn't an ice monster specifically, it would be a lot better. Or if it, not ice, but if it wasn't a monster that uses a whole bunch of arts, right? Because like any monster that doesn't use arts, I can just have Lloyd dodge it. But that is one of the very specific ones where it's like, no, unfortunately, you're gonna be having not a great time. Okay, I'll get it later. I'll get it before the end of the game. Because obviously you're meant to go back to all of these chests in the finale, or maybe in New Game Plus, and do it that way. Okay, but I have also at least analyzed the thing, so next time when I go, it won't be a big thing. Okay. Yeah, what's up, Hekontonkeries? You got less eyes than you do in Persona. Wakata. Okay, Death Spiral. Okay, a long-lived demon from ancient times. It swings its six powerful arms with reckless abandon. Okay, you don't like space. Okay, I'll do Raging Spin behind you. Hopefully draw some people away. AT, yo, you can be AT delayed. Good. Okay, the AT delay didn't do shit. Whatever. Dark Matter. Death Spiral. Yeah. Just please keep trying that. It's gonna work out so well for you. Counter! The counter is so good. Well, it's not even so good. His range isn't even all that great. He almost has the same problem that Kurt has, except Kurt in CS3 and 4. Except like the enemy ranges in the more 2D games, or I say more 2D. This kind of 3D game is not nearly as like bad. At least it feels. I say you made a dodge tank, Lloyd. Yes, I did. By the end, I think, of chapter 3, I was at this current one where I have 95% chance to evade. And I know exactly how I could get to 100 if I just went and got another evergreen. However, I don't feel like dropping another 80 80,000 Mira on that just yet. So I'm gonna hope that I will at some point either get a weapon that gives more than 10% evasion, or shoes that give more than 10% evasion as well. Made 200% evade for CS2. Yeah. Although once you get to 100, it doesn't really matter because you dodge everything. So in CS2, what I did was I got 100 dodge fee and then put Cats on her, because Cats is the one that lets you absorb arts. Do enemies have a chance, have an opposite accuracy to your dodge chance? No, I believe dodge is just straight dodge. Like agility, it's just like, oh no, this is just the way it is. It's like 95% chance to dodge. And it's not, it doesn't behave like the status ailment things behave, where it's like a percentage of your percentage or whatever it is. It's just straight up, like, this is your percent chance to dodge any attack. Except for arts, which always hit. Which is why Cats in CS2, yeah, its best level, it had like a 90% chance to absorb arts. So that on a 100% dodge fee basically made it so the only thing she ever had to worry about was S-crafts. And it was fantastic, because I was like, oh, you literally can't do anything against me. I am invincible. Yeah, it was fantastic. But yeah, no, so basically what I've done is I've built Lloyd up to 95% evasion, and I don't know if there are any master chords that give evasion as well, but I don't even need to use one. So now I have Aegis on him, which makes it so the first attack that even hits him, if it does hit him, doesn't hurt him, which is even better. After Mario the Master Chords gets another few levels, like, oops, another few percentage to magic. Okay. See, I would have expected them to, like, nerf it a little bit, because it, like, because I believe in CS2 it was 90% at max. And I think in CS3 and 4 they nerfed it to down to, like, 50? Or if it even did the same thing, I can't quite remember. But yeah, no, in, like, it's, like, dodge is just so good. In this game, like, I like games where you can easily understand certain stats and how they affect battles, right? Where it's like, okay, here's dodge chance, or because it's literally just evasion. It's like, here's your evasion stat, or it's to the right of agility, and it's like 95% chance, and it's not 95 compared to another thing's accuracy or anything else. Like the accuracy, like you just have a 95% chance to dodge. I think accuracy is rolled somehow differently, comparative. And that one uses like, and like it can only get like boosted or whatever by like non-accurate enemies. Okay. So I'm actually curious, what does, you look so sad. Yeah, she must have real tough right now. Don't worry, if anyone come through, it's we just gotta focus on doing what we can to help. Yeah, you're right, I just can't sit around crying. That's the spirit. I don't even know, I have yet to even see Yuna in this. She's only been talked about by her siblings. I found her siblings, but I also haven't really been searching for Yuna. She's fine, but There's a crossbow, the police department. Please hold review. Oh, it's autoresponder. Can't remember the game, but I remember a friend showing off some building made that above 100 dodge, and he had thought we wouldn't get it. To which I pointed out to look at enemy stats, and some had 6% accuracy, which didn't turn out to be a chance to hit, but it was the calculation versus your dodge. We both agreed was super dumb. Yeah, no, that is dumb. Yeah, like stats that are, it's almost like the main issue with like early like Demon Souls or Dark Souls stats, like before they kind of got like more reasonable in terms of comprehension in like Dark Souls 3 and Elden Ring, where it's like, what does this stat even do? Like in certain cases, it's like, what does this do? It's not clear, because like you'll increase it, but nothing on like the right side of all the stat screen like will change. You're like, what is happening? Like, it's a terrible explanation. Exactly. It's annoying. But then it's like this game where it's like, hey, let's look at the stats. What does stats do? Strength, physical hit, defense, physical hit reduction, ATS, magic hit, ADF, magic hit reduction, speed, how fast you go in turn order, move, how far you can move around, dex, your accuracy slash like crit, agility, your dodge, or your like passive dodge kinda, and then there's your dodge chance, which you can boost again, right? Or its agility is like passive dodge, and evasion is the one next to it, which is specifically dodge stat. Where it's like, hey, do you want to boost dodge specifically? Yes. And then there's range, which is literally how far away from the character's body can you hit. And it's like, okay, cool, good. And I believe there are also, there are also lists that explain the stats as well. They're like parameters, HP, yeah, and right, strength, physical damage, defense, decrease physical. Yeah, they're there. Agility increases likelihood of avoiding attacks, and then you have your own specific of evasion stat. Like you build it both ways. Daddy Dark Souls, what stats do I need to make a dark damage build? Lol, wouldn't you like to know? Wanna be edgelord? Yeah. Nope. But when I get to Dark Souls 1, it's strength build, as was in the sub goal. So it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be nice because I won't have to worry about a whole lot of stats, as you so described before, right? Because it's what? It's health, stamina, equip load, right? That's one that you need to build, and then just strength itself. Because what? Demon Souls was the only one that had like your item carry weight and your equip carry weight as separate things, right? Or were they? I can't quite remember. Or it's like tied together in some stupid way. Detective, chapter 4. What am I looking at? So did that. Okay, so what am I looking at? Searching for my father, whom I separated at a very young age. But however, advanced being okay. And this is Civic Center. Okay, so let's go to East Street. East Street. It's a street in the east. Boy and Grandpa went away somewhere. Guess I'll just play with Grandma today. Okay, what's it? Did you tell me to visit Lana? She should have left a letter right before she left. She wrote that she had to leave Crossbow for a while, but she was vague about why. She didn't even say goodbye to Arkansas. That doesn't sound like her at all. Reason she after leaving so suddenly. I wish she would have talked to me about it. Wait, where do I need to go on East Street? At the restaurant. Okay. Paid some good money to watch you play on easy mode. Equip weight as a separate stat. Okay. So that's good. Because I just remember being annoyed that there was like overall weight stat in Demon Souls being like, okay, well that means I need to like keep going to my box and like dumping things into it and only keeping stuff that I like need to have on, because I was playing like big heavy build. Like I was like using the Dragon Bone Smasher and it's like I can't have anything else in my inventory. ZZZ. Top. There. Look, Armand, he's fast asleep. He sure is, Ellie. Ellie! The little boy is sleeping like the angel he is. Then again, his mother is one too, so I'm hardly surprised. Oh, Armand. Sorry if we're interrupting the process of conceiving another child, but, would you happen to be Armand? Who is asking if I may? We're with the Crossbow Police Special Support Section. We're here to respond to the support request you submitted. Demon Souls was not a job. See, I actually really liked Demon Souls. I wish I played as a build that had magic, because there are a lot of bosses that you can cheese with magic, and it's generally accepted that you can just cheese bosses. I think my main dislike of Demon Souls, outside of like certain things, was one, how linear the levels were. Where, like, if you died, you had to go through, like, the entire level again to try the boss. There weren't, like, a whole lot of, like, shortcuts to, like, oh, hey, you got through the level. Here, open the door. Now it's easy to get to the boss again. There wasn't a whole lot of that, so that kind of sucked. The equip weight thing. having to grind out for healing items was kind of annoying. And then like the world light dark level management thing of just being like, oh yeah, you know that thing where after you kill a boss and like it's really cool because now you get more health? Well, what you're gonna want to do is you're gonna want to go down to the place where you're not in any world, and you're gonna want to throw yourself off the top level and be dead. That way you don't F up the light level of your worlds. And that's very particular because there are certain weapons, Dragon Bone Smasher, that you can only get after basically beating an entire, like one entire Archstone, and also having it be at maximum light, which means that you need to have done all of it, like, without dropping it any. And it's like, okay, cool, great. Thanks. Complex, overly involved, complex, stupid systems. I was able to delete and make new characters. Maybe I would experiment long enough to get more than halfway through. Yeah, that was also a thing, wasn't it? Because like you're limited to what, like 5 save slots or 3 or something like that? Which is really stupid. Like, that is dumb. Yeah, that is dumb as hell. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I'm hoping that the game eventually gets ported to PC. I'm not, because I mean, like, I can guarantee there'd be workarounds for that, like, a lot easier than having to, like, go through, like, the PlayStation stuff. If it does get ported to PC, I might make it a sub-goal again, but, like, until that happens, I'm not expecting to, like, play through it again. But yeah, no, it was fun. It was fun. I could definitely feel like, okay, this is proto Dark Souls. Right? Like, there was a lot of, like, honestly, I did not mind that it was, like, instanced Archstones, where it was, like, very clearly being like, okay, like, it's easy to know. It was also very nice being able to be like, okay, go online guide, and it's like, what order should I go through the Archstones? And being like, okay, you want to go 1-1, 1-2, 1-3, then you want to go to 3-1, then after 3-1, you want to do 4-1, and then after 4-1, you want to do 5-1, and then 5-2, and then go back to 2-2, or 2-1, 2-2, 2-3, because it's like, okay, yeah, like, it's almost like Mega Man, where, like, there are certain things in each of the levels that make it easier to go back to different ones. Like, oh, go to this one, get the saber that's really good against, or that does magic damage, that's really good against armored people, so go to the armored people one, do that, then you get the thing that's really good against, like, undead things, and then go to the undead place, and it's like, I like it, it's really cool. Makes it very easy to know where to go, while also giving you freedom to be like, oh, if I want to really do just one Archstone, just all the way through, I can. Honestly, I forgot the remake even exists until you just brought it up now. No, you to replace it and does challenges. I mean, I think it's because the speedrunners or the people that would like to play it, like, it's like, oh, they would want to make a whole lot of characters and they can't. I mean, I certainly didn't want to play the PS3 version. One, because I don't have a PS3 to play it on, and two, like, as far as I understand, it didn't run very well. Like, it tried really hard on the PS3. They were shooting for the stars. But the remake ran very well. Very quick load times, very quick everything. Looked very good. I liked it. I know a lot of people said, like, oh, it doesn't have the same, like, feel or ambiance as the original game. And I'm like, I didn't play that version. Yeah, so I have none of your emotions about it. I like it. Yay! Here to respond to this work request you submitted. Oh, so you're the ones. Thank heavens you're here. This is wonderful, Armand. It's finally happening. You're right, Ellie. I've put so much on your shoulders ever since you gave birth to our baby. It makes me feel just awful, not being able to do more for our family. Now, Armand, you told me you wouldn't say things like that anymore. Don't you remember the promise we made that first time we held them together? No matter what happens, we're going to get through this together. You, me, and our precious baby boy. How could I ever forget? Oh, Ellie. How I love you. I love you too, Armand. It's hard to get a word in with these two lovebirds. It's as if they're off in their own little world. I'll say. Apologies for interrupting the two of you again, but do you think you could tell us more about your request? Oh, yes, of course. Sorry about that. We'd like you to search for a certain someone. I know this is a little sudden, but do you think you could commit to our request first before we continue? Help the lovebirds fly the coop. Oh. Understood. Just leave it to us. You really mean that? I was saved. Ellie and I have been at a total loss this entire time. Oh, this is lovely news, Armand. I can't tell you how happy I am. Goo goo. Well, look at that, Ellie. I get the feeling Armin feels just the same. Armin. You know, I think you're right, dearest. The details, please. Right. Excuse us for that. I'll get right to explaining. Nice work to you. Never-ending Gehenna of watching them fawn over each other awaited us otherwise. Personally, I wouldn't have minded seeing them continue their amorous little asides. These two haven't changed. Oh wait, were they in the previous game? Or the previous Sky games? Because I don't remember them. Despite since you could technically fully delete the game and all memory to get all character slots open up, but even for challenge run playthroughs that'll take maybe 2 or 3 days to run, it's still annoying. Exactly. And also, it's like who wants to go through that process every single time? Right? It's really annoying. They're from Sky Rolling, I think. Oh, nice. Right, it's just an annoying process. There's a side quest with them? Okay. So I probably did it, I just don't remember. Now then, the person I'd like for you to search for is my father. I was separated from a very young age. It's been decades since you last saw each other. Correct. My family and I currently live in Liberal. But as a child, I lived in Crossbell. However, after my parents were divorced, I went to live with my grandparents on my mother's side in Liberal. I thought for sure I'd never see my father again. But you see, Armin and I recently had our first child, this little bundle of joy. When that happened, Armin said he wanted his father to meet his new grandchild, no matter what. It's quite a story. He may have had problems with my mother, but to me, he'll always be my one and only father. I want to show him the happy family we've built together. So we packed our bags and let my mother know we're going to Crossbow. However, let me guess, you know how many leads on where your old man is these days, yeah? Exactly. I thought he owned an estate in the residential district, but he's disappeared without a trace. I asked my mother about it, but she hasn't heard a word from him since the divorce. Hence why we're mounting a search. Armin and I have been asked many different people for clues as to his whereabouts. From what we've gathered, he moved to the downtown district after being hospitalized. Hey, yo, it's the politician, probably. But every time we go there, he's nowhere to be found. Maybe it's just bad timing? Like, he was out buying groceries every time you stop by? That seems like a stretch. Fortunately, our team is familiar with both the residential and downtown districts. Ellie, do you know of anyone who lived in the residential district who matches this description? Not that I'm aware. Can I ask you for your father's name and profession, Armand? Sure, I tried to ask my mother, but she still didn't know if he was still working the same job he used to. His name is Gable, and he was a member of the Crossbell Diet. Yeah! Representative Gable? That guy, huh? You mean you know him? Yes, we ran into him during a request a couple months ago. In that case, we should start by visiting Lotus Heights downtown to see what we can learn. That's what I was thinking. We might find some clues as to why he hasn't been home. Thank you. I just know it was fate that led you to accept our request. We're counting on you. Find my father for us. Yes, please do. We'll do everything we can. Oh, father, where art thou? Started. Alright. There's a break that we needed. If we see my father, can count on you. Please find him for us. I'm sure we'll get to meet Armin's father. When we do, give our sweet little Armin all the hugs he can handle. Goo goo. Goo goo gaga. Get me my fucking bottle, Mom. Mom, where is my bottle? What the hell, Mom? Okay, Lotus Heights! So we got plenty of portions of them. I should bring some to Siren and Yuget. And again, the soup is supposed to be for the reconstruction workers. Oh, I know, they can help wash the dishes in return. That should do it. Father in the toilet, leave me be! Everyone seems quite satisfied with the pork means of soup. I couldn't be happier. Thank you for helping make it happen. Oh, Rob, it's the police! The door's locked. Mr. Gable, are you home? I guess he's out. He must be. This is his apartment after all. What's going on over here? Oh, if it isn't the SSS. Back again on business, I take it. More intense. Did you happen to know where our favorite former Diet member has run off to? I haven't seen him in about a week. Why, is he in some kind of trouble? Not exactly, no. They explained that they were searching for Gable at Armin's request. Last thing about Demon Souls, it wasn't the black-white system that starts white and everything's easier. The more you die, the more black the world gets, and the enemies get stronger, therefore the worse you play and need help. No. So, I believe the only significant difference between the two is certain paths and enemies open up / spawn depending on your world status. So like the Dragonbone Smasher is only available because a blockade is not present in the final, in like the dragon, archdragon's peak or smith, whatever it is, in the final part of one of the archstones in pure white. So that's only available, it's only there. The only other difference I think that changes is certain items are dropped more frequently in worlds with one or the other white, or one or the other like pure thing. So if you're in a white world, I believe healing items drop more frequently, and if you're in a black world, I think it's like soul items usually drop more frequently, or vice versa. I can't quite remember. But it's something about like drops and stuff. I'll explain that they were searching for Gable at Armin's request. Tell me that boy came all the way from Liberal to look for him? Well, how about that? Gable is one lucky father. Have you met Armin before? Sure did. He and his wife dropped by their apartment last week. We had ourselves a chat. Thing is, Gable had already run off by that time. He didn't bother telling me where he was headed, and I didn't think to ask. Damn, fast first into a dead end. This isn't going too great. Now hold on just a moment. There might be someone who knows what happened. Who? Man who lives over on West Street. He helped Gable out when he was still a member of the Diet. Even after Gable moved in, he stopped in by to check in on him all the time. He lives at Villa something. That's the name of his apartment. This is merely a wild assumption, but I speculate that name is only partially correct. Yeah, but I think I have an idea of where he means in the places, if the place is on West Street. We appreciate the help, Mr. Tance. Don't mention it. You can thank me by helping Armin and his wife get in contact with Gable. Sounds like a plan, Stan. You got it, Broseph. Let's go to West Street. Oh yeah. Belheim. Or Villa Racines. Villa Racine. Well, made a donation to the City's Economic Construction efforts. I used to think he was nothing but a selfish pig, but now I'm starting to view him in a new light. You fucking selfish pig, you! Old man Levick. Oh, for listening to your association, how can I help you? Sorry to barge in like this, sir. I just wanted to ask, does the name Gable ring any bells for you? Oh, you know the man? Yes, Gable was an old protege of mine back when we were in the Diet. Bingo. Well, you see, as it explained that they were trying to reunite Gable with Armin and his family. I see. So they put in a request for you, did they? You're in luck. Gable visited me just the other day, asking for the best place to lay low in Crossbell. What a numbskull. Who does he think he's running away from? His son and the lovely new family he's shot in? I can only assume that this means you know of his whereabouts. Why's the guy in hiding anyhow? Doesn't make a lick of sense to me. Seriously, Armin and Ellie just want him to see their baby boy. Well, far be it from me to speak on his behalf, but... never mind. Best stay out of this one. I would be willing to bet that he's ashamed. Right? Like, everything that's gone by, like, he is not confident enough to show himself to his family after everything that has happened. But if you want your answers, he should be over in Almorca Village. You'll find him there somewhere, then you can ask him why he's being such a big chicken yourselves. Understood, and thank you for your cooperation. Okay, team, former Diet members hiding in Almorca. Let's get going. Ready when you are. We're going to the Honey Village that we've been to several times already.
乗りますか
In
ど
the
こに行きます
game.
かお安いご用です
Due to disputes
お
over
待たせしました
deeds and land. Okay, we've made it to Almorca. Now, where could Gable be hiding? Let's check out any places that might be suspicious. It'd be wise to speak to the villagers as well. We're off to see the old Oof in Almorca. Yup. Hey, give me! I'm spotting these bizarre creatures near the ancient battlefield. They kind of look like they're on armor. Maybe there's some rich person's runaway pets. We've been taking turns patrolling the village ever since the raids, and what happened in Maine's the sea, there's no guarantee our village is safe either. All we have to do is everything to protect one another. I'm just scared to go on the roads ever since the raid. Do what he calls last time. Like, either we gotta do what we can to keep the village safe. Yes, let's weaponize the honey. Freeze the honey into bullets! You guys who attacked the state are probably still hiding out somewhere in the state. And I explain why the siege patrols are falling in full force. I try hearing that in Hobbit meme. Well, see the Hobbits in Isengard. See, auditorily, I don't know what that meme sounds like. FBI, open up! You're gonna see your grandson whether you like it or not, bitch! Family! There's nothing stronger than family. How about a nuke? Oh, fuck. What? Am I in an anime? Yes, okay, there's nothing stronger than family, so long as you're friends with your family. Shit. Feels like Crossroads has become a real dangerous place to live. I go to visit the festival during earlier this year. Such a beautiful and captivating place. So many wonderful memories. I'll never give those thugs what they've done. And like the police and CJ who have them in cuffs one way or another. With the latest edition of Crossroads Times, one of the threads of this month. Shocking the raid was the article detailing Ellie's injury was the most harrowing of all. His fellow crossbone. I pray that she makes a full recovery. Oh, hello. Will you be staying with us tonight? We do have some rooms available. If Gable came to lay low in our Morca, there's a good possibility of him staying at this inn. Excuse me, we have a question for you. Is there someone named Gable staying here by any chance? Oh, Gable! Taking the hobbits dice and guard. Well, at some point this year, I hope to either read or watch Lord of the Rings. Yeah, I might have to... Yeah, because I do plan to take that trip to Japan this year, so maybe because it's a 14 or 13 hour flight, maybe I'll try and see how much of all of the Lord of the Rings I can read through. Oh, Gable! He stops by to grab a bite to eat every now and now so often. Only to eat? You mean he isn't renting a room at the inn? Nope, he never checked in with us, at least as far as I remember. I figured he just liked our food enough to keep making trips out from the city. Yeah, I wouldn't be so sure, bud. Something else is going on here. Maybe he's a relative maybe he has a relative in the village he's been staying with? If that were the case, Armin would have known to come here already. For now, we should take a look around. May have found himself a good hiding spot to hole up in.
Hi. Where are you? Where are you, you son of a bitch?
Oh, and I went to go check on stuff in the city. Luckily, all my old friends and neighbors are safe. I was very sick the whole time. Honestly, it was a relief for both of us. Ooh. Car Freak Volume 2, it's neutral on the shelf. Pop Mark, love it. So they do all have like small puns. Talk. Grandpa's just a hiding war criminal. He's not a war criminal. He's just a corrupt politician. I'm gonna roar General Storm. I'm gonna specialty. It'll suit your tastes. Oh, you sure it'll suit my tastes? You frack? How dare you assume my tastes? Jake suddenly found a burst of motivation a little while ago. He's a whole new man. He's still a greenhorn, of course, but a lot less worried about his future now. I'll teach him everything I know, and one day we'll finally put up a Jake's general good sign. Oh my god. And Stefan finally came back to the village. I hope he comes out to play soon. Some scary people went on a rampage in the city the other day. They're just so boring that I always wish something would happen to liven things up, but getting hit by a raid? That's just too messed up.
Hi. Where is he?
Downright floored the city was raided the way it was. If it weren't bad enough, the perpetrators are still at large. Can't help but worry that our market could be next. Ah, yes, you gotta be worried about the rinky-dink podunk town that sells honey after the metropolis that is Crossbell got friggin' invaded. Based on your Discord channel picture, I guess your taste is cake. Dude, I mean, hey man. I do like cake. But the reason why I have specifically that is like, because that's specifically taken from the meme of like pictures you can hear, where it's like the plastic cake holder thing that you see in like that all supermarkets have their stuff in. It's like, oh, I just thought it was a really funny thing. Lloyd, what's on your mind? I could swear the shed wasn't locked the last time we were here. That sound just now. It's totally someone in there. I concur. Isn't that suspicious? Don't tell me. Let's go speak with Chief Tolta. You might know something about all this. Chief! Hello, Chief Tolta. Welcome back to our mark, SSS. What can I do for you today? Well, we have a bit of a strange question for you. Would there happen to be someone staying in the shed by your apiary? As a matter of fact, there is. About 3 or 4 days ago, a man suddenly came by and asked if he could lodge there for a while. I believe his name was Gable. You're right. But wait, why the shed of all places? Well, naturally, I offered to arrange a room at the inn for him, but he said he wanted the most inconspicuous place possible. Being a guy who's tried on multiple occasions to open one of those when I get home at midnight, I understand. Right? It is the loudest thing. It is so loud. Just insanely loud. Like, you cannot make it quiet. It's one of the main reasons why, like, whenever we got cakes back when I lived with my mom, she would always take that. She would take the cake and always put it in, like, a Tupperware one that had, like just pop-off sides, and you could just lift it up nice and easy and silently. She'd always be like, buddy, I fucking hate the sound of that. I'm just like, yeah, I get it. They say you want the most inconspicuous place possible. You won't tell me the details of the circumstances, so I assumed he was in a dire situation. I never guessed it would be all of you who were looking for him. Is he an accessory to a crime or something of that nature? No, nothing like that. Lloyd, we should probably explain everything to him from the beginning. That'd be for the best, yeah. I explained how the SS was searching for Gable on Armin and Allie's behalf. So he's a former Diet member. And what's more, he's faked to stay in the hospital to avoid punishment for tax evasion. Now you mention it, I think I recall seeing a photo of him in the Crossville Times. Not to worry, though. This request isn't related to his dubious history with Mira. Would it be alright for us to speak with him directly, Chief Tolta? We aren't sure why yet, but he's been avoiding Armin and Ellie since they started looking for him. I suppose it would be alright. Till recently, I was on bad terms with my son as well. Our problem was that we weren't communicating. I wouldn't wish for anyone to end up in the same situation we were in. Not if I can help it. My family uses Tupperware that have the exact same kind of sealing mechanism. Can't open anything when I get home. Clicks that wake the dead. I mean, but like, at least they're only like a click, right? Where it's like, okay, if I needed to, I could take the thing, go like maybe into the bathroom, close the door and click, and then go back out, right? But like the plastic Tupperware, it's like, it's a process. It is drawn out. It's like choking a gator, right? Like there's no way you could possibly choke a gator out quickly. Like not with how thick its neck probably is. Thank you, Chief Delta. Not at all. Follow me, everyone. I don't know why choking a gator is why I thought the first thing I thought of as a long, drawn-out process. Probably other things that would be more apt. There's Chief Delta, ma'am, over your time. There's some people who wish to speak with you. Could you please tell them to leave? I know I'm being unreasonable, but I don't want to see anyone right now. Please, settle down. People who came to see you aren't your son and his wife. Wait, how did you... Mr. Gable, can you hear me? This is the Crossbow Police, Special Support Section. The police? What do you want with me? We don't mean to alarm you. We're here about a request we received from Armin and Allie. What? We have no intention of bringing you out by force, nor do we have the authority to. If you insist upon it, we'll walk away empty-handed and explain the situation to Armin and Allie. But before that, will you at least hear us out? Unlock the door. Yeah, let's head inside. God, the Market Village music is so calming. It's so calming. I don't even know if this is just Armorica. It might be other villages as well. Hello, Mr. Gable. It's been a while. You've last around on quite a chase. Well, congratulations. You found your man. You said my son and his wife have been looking for me. Save your breath. I won't meet with them no matter what you say. Why are you being so stubborn about this? That much should be obvious. My son Armin despises me. I'm sure of it. You think he despises you? Care to elaborate on that? I was involved in all manner of corruption when I was part of the Diet. Status, power, and mirror were my sole motivations. To attain them, I turned my back on my family. My wife wasn't pleased, but she busied herself with raising Armin to distract from her discontent. I slipped deeper into my licentious ways, until one day I did something no married man with a child should ever do. While my wife was out of the house, I invited my mistress in. How could you? Damn, no wonder the two of you split up. Didn't take long for my wife to find out. She left me and took Armin back with her to Liberal. I don't know what they've been through since then, but I'm sure the divorce has caused them both much pain. I, on the other hand, was actually reinvigorated when all was said and done. The day I signed the divorce papers, I invited another woman to come fill the empty space in my estate. That's quite the story. Pretty damn skeezy one, too. Guess you couldn't keep it in your pants. Much in the same way you cannot keep your mouth shut, Randy. He's not wrong. My son has every right to hate my guts. To top it off, I swore loyalty to the former Speaker of the Diet, Hartman. As soon as my tax evasion came to light, he tossed me aside like I was nothing. Truth is, I should be behind bars, just like he is. As fate would have it, all I lost was my seat in the Diet. After all the despicable things I've done, how could I ever look my son in the eye? Oh, Gable. At least we have the whole story now. May I say something? What is it? What could you possibly have to say after all that? Let me be clear. I don't condone what you put your wife and son through all those years ago. I especially don't approve of all the ways you abused your position in the Dice. However, based on everything we've heard so far, there's no denying that you regret your actions. I agree. You've come to terms with your mistakes. Anyone would be able to see that you've paid your dues. As such, there's no reason to use your guilt as an excuse to avoid your family. But that's not all. From the impression I got, Armin doesn't resent you in the slightest. What? We met with him and his wife Ellie when they requested us to help find you. They're a loving family. You could see it in their smiles. Do you know what Armin said to us, back when we accepted the request? I want to show him the happy family we've built together. Him, his beloved, and your newborn grandchild. Exactly, Lloyd's telling the truth. They were so sweet on each other that my teeth are starting to hurt. He really hates you the way you think he does. I sure couldn't see it past all the sappiness. You never know, though. If his poker face is half as good as mine, it could all be an act. Maybe he's waiting until you're alone to take you out. I will take you out right now if you speak another word. I feel like that's the first time Tio has ever been just like, to Wazzy, specifically, because she will straight man Randy every day of the week. But to Wazzy specifically being like, I will fucking crush your balls. Shut up. Stop saying things. Let it lie. Listen, the point, Gable, is that your son grew up to be a pretty stand-up kind of guy. We appreciate if you could take our word for it. How about it, Mr. Gable? Could you find it in you to see your family? Fine. How could I not after everything you just said? Really? You're sure? I'm done lying. Now bring them here before I change my mind. Sure thing, I'll call them over right away. Why don't you go to them? Just go get in the SSS mobile and drive back to them at the restaurant. Lloyd hardly got in contact with Long now. Armin and Ellie were then told to come to our market village as soon as possible. Yazis agreed to wait outside the shed so that Gable could mentally prepare himself. My father's in the shed? As hard as it might be to believe, yes, he's in there. We spoke with him and he promised to meet you both. Thank you so much. I can't imagine why you'd be hiding in a place like this, but we're in your debt regardless. Isn't this wonderful, Armand? I'm finally going to meet my father-in-law. You'll have to apologize for not inviting him to our wedding. Oh, my dearest Ellie, how can it be that your soul is so pure? Your heart is as untainted as fresh snow, and that, my dear, is why I love you so. Oh, Armand, get in the shed. Tia just being like, stop the bullshit right now. I'm getting a migraine. Fuck off. Get in there. I am 14 and tired of your bullshit. Sorry. Sorry about that. You say sorry too, Armin. Bounces. Sorry. Go. Good job, Armin. I don't think I can take much more of this. Tio's way of saying get a room. Yeah, basically, get in the shed. Even though your dad's in there. Oh, God. It's great. Fucking love Tio. I love Tio's interactions with just people. Like, she is the best straight man. Like, because most of the time Tio isn't the one cracking jokes. With Max aggro voice, right? Exactly. Moving on. Gable is waiting inside for you. Take as long as you need. Thank you, sir. We will. Let's go in, Ellie. Of course, Armand. Gunshots ring out in the night. Is that really you, Father? It's been so long. Yes, I suppose it has, Armand. Around 15 years, in fact. And she must be. Pleased to meet you, sir. I'm Armin's wife, Ellie. Your new daughter-in-law. I see. It does my heart good to know my son has found a fine young lady like yourself. Oh, that's very sweet of you. And in your arms, Is that? Yes. This is our son, Father. Armin, why don't you say hello to your grandpa? Goo goo! Good boy, Armin. Say, Armand, I know I've given you and your mother more grief than could ever be forgiven. I'm not sure what you mean. But more importantly, look at this, Father. Armin's eyes shine like pure sapphires. They're just like Ellie's, as clear and beautiful as the midday sky. Yes, but he has your ears, Armand. Every time I see them, I just want to eat him up. Oh, Ellie, for as long as I live, I'll never let you go. Nor I you, Armand. We'll be together forever. Ellie from outside. Get another shed! Fucking Christ, I hear you from out here! Sob. Father, what's wrong? Perhaps he's not feeling well, Armand. No, I'm fine. Truly, I am. Thank you so much, everyone. Because of you, I was able to reunite with my father and introduce him to our new family. He looks so happy about it, too. I'm glad we could help out. Speaking of Mr. Gable, is he staying in the shed? Yes, he said he needed some time to think before he heads home later. Can't hear myself think. Jeez, do you not have voices in your head that are your thoughts? Because while I might not have visual imagination, I do in fact have an inner monologue, I think. I can at least think to myself in voice. Can't see pictures, though. Yes, he said he needed some time to think before he heads home later. We were partway through our conversation when all of a sudden he turned around and refused to look at us face to face. I wonder what that was all about. Could he have been... I guess even Crub Die members can still shed a tear every now and then. How very edifying. They grow up so fast, don't they? No need to worry, you two. I think what they mean to say is that he'll be alright. So, what do you plan to do now? Well, I've been looking forward to reuniting with my father for so long. More than anything, I want to find a way to stay in touch. I doubt your mother is going to take it very well, but I'd like for him to come and visit us in Liberal someday. He'll be wishing you the best of luck with that. He doesn't seem to have any plans to return to the diet, so I think he'll agree to it sooner or later. I have another reunion to look forward to. Isn't that right, my dearest Ellie? Of course, my darling Armand. Ever since we first held our child, we've sworn to give him a life full of happy memories like today. Little Armand met his grandfather. I can hardly wait to give him some brothers and sisters, too. Let's go make some, honey! You, me, and a house full of wonderful, lovable children. Together we'll become the greatest family on the entire continent. Oh, Ellie, I love you so. And I you, Armand. I could have gone without hearing that last part. So, we're cool here, right? Request complete? Indeed, I don't think we could ever repay you for making all of this possible. We'll be returning home to Liberal soon. Thank you again for all of your help. Safe travels. And use protection. You know, Ellie, we already came all this way. What do you say we go take in the sights? That sounds wonderful, Armand. Let's go conceive in a flower patch. Oh, Ellie. Oh, Armand.
Goo goo.
Gaga. Tio just takes a moment to go behind one of the apiaries and just fucking puke. Those two never let up, do they? That they don't. In a way, I'm almost jealous of what they have. Seeing them like that made me want to visit my parents. You too, Ellie? I was just thinking I should probably spend some time with my mom soon. Meanwhile, Lloyd's there like, my parents are dead! Tio's like, my parents don't love me. Randy's like, my parents are dead, or at least his dad is. Wazzy's like, I don't know my parents, they're probably dead. Everyone over in Cold Steel, our parents are dead. Everyone in Liberal, most of our parents are dead. Except for Estelle, she has one dad. So good on her. You know, you kids have my thanks as well. I'll look after Gable until he's ready to return to the city. Don't mention it, Chief Tilta. Thanks for your help. You should get going too. And away we go. Oh, Father, we're out now. Hey, Armin's become such a fine young man. Sob, sob, sob. First everything has been for our sake, and it's good to see a story like this have a happy ending. Don't worry about Gable, I'll watch over him until he's calmed down enough to return to the city. Cool. Okay, and that leaves one quest. Civic Center. Meow. Well, Armin is so happy you got to meet his grandpa, isn't that right, Armin? Goo goo. If you see the sights here, we'll be turning liberal. Could thank you 1,000 times, it still wouldn't be enough to fully express my gratitude. No less, thank you for reading my father once more. See, it's things like this where it's like you see these quests and it's like, oh, I'm going back to liberal. That I hope that like at some point they might have like a game or two where you go back and like revisit like countries that you haven't seen before, right? Because it's like in each of the games, it's always, hey, go revisit the places in the previous game, and the time periods are pretty similar. Right, where it's like, okay, in Cold Steel 2, you go back and visit the place in Cold Steel 1. In second chapter, you visit the places you saw in first chapter. In Azure, you're still in Crossbell that you saw in 0. In 4, you visit the places that you visited in 3. It's like, I'd like if there were a game where it's like, hey, we're going back to Liberal. And we're going to go see the people that we met before, prior. In like, several games ago. Like, I feel like that would be really cool. Okay, wait, where's my car? There's my car.
乗ります。目的地を選んでください。
Okay, time to
お安い
go
ご
to
用
the
で。
Civic Center.
はい、到着しました。
Civic Center. Administrative District. Here we go. Okay, and what we're going to do is we are going to save here. And this is where we are going to end the stream because I've been going for just over 3 hours, and I feel like this is a good place to stop. So with that, thank you 50 Mira, Mr. Light, Neko Dave for dropping by, Neko Dave also for the raid, much appreciated. Additionally, I would like to thank newcomer to the stream, Barry Locke, for dropping by and chatting. Don't know if you're still here, but thanks for it. And Sleeper and Keeve, thanks for dropping by as well. So with that, I should be streaming again on Wednesday with some more Azure. Yeah, so hope you all have a very nice night. Bye.